and welcome back to our very strange tale of a small group of adventurers who made their way to the town of Burrow's Den. In our last session, the players were looking for one Carl Wellwright, who was the local cartographer that had gone missing. They followed Carl's trail out to a frozen lake a few miles outside of town, and upon getting there, they were attacked by a mysterious creature whom Bale correctly identified as a marrow, a sort of corrupted elf creature that lurks deep within the water. He also got a handful of other small bits of information regarding them, but the group decided that it would be in their best interest to find some means of delving beneath the waves, as they feel like there's more going on. He's making maps in the afterlife. God damn it, you guys.
Boom.
So the party was looking for a method of being able to breathe underwater. Upon talking with a handful of people in the town, they found their target and decided to acquire, in a not legal manner, some potions that will help them in their quest to go beneath the icy waves. Bale fought in a fighting pit to provide distraction for our rogue Elron to make his way into the quarters of the de facto leader of the town's office, where he could pilfer the potions and disappear into the night. As far as you all are aware, everything has been taken care of. So, what we never covered last time. But what time are you all planning on waking up today?
I assume we're leaving at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, I would say like an hour before dawn. Give us time to head out.
Bale, you can change your who you are at the bottom. There's an as thing right below your chat.
It says I'm Bale on my screen. I have it set to Bale.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Mine always has two Elrons. I have to switch it to the other one.
Yeah, because it's your default name and then your character sheet name.
Got it.
All right. So what time are you guys waking up?
The earliest we could wake up to be able to go to the general store and buy as much firewood as each of us can carry.
Yeah, let's say an hour before dawn.
Well, you guys were up pretty late last night, I will say.
Oh, so that wouldn't be a full rest?
I would like a full rest to get my bardic inspiration.
If you wanted to get a full rest, then it would be past daybreak when you woke up.
That's fine. We'll just stop, get as much firewood as we can carry, and head out. Because the trees on the way are kind of damp and gross and worthless.
Okay, easy enough. You all awaken to the smell of sausages cooking over a fire, slowly wafting into your rooms. The warmth of the sheets that you covered yourselves, the thick and heavy furs that are put on the beds in these rooms. It was inviting, but you managed to pull yourselves away and meet back up in the common area, ready to discuss today's adventure.
Well, I guess since we are about to head out to take care of this problem, we should all probably make sure we get a bite to eat here, so that we've eaten.
Breakfast.
And then go to go to the general store and get as much firewood as we can carry, and maybe some more fire crystals, and then just head right out.
Some oil would probably be good too. Some lamp oil.
Lamp oil.
Maybe a wood cutting axe just in case.
Extra blankets.
Sure.
Yeah, that might be a good idea too. So we can post up in that little shack. Alright, so I approach the bartender and order 4 breakfasts.
Yeah, anybody who'd like to grab breakfast here and not eat into your field rations, you guys can mark off 5 copper pieces for breakfast. Seems as though they're trying to get rid of the meat today. It's still good, right, but it'll go off soon, so.
We'll take 4 portions.
Works for me. It'll be right out for you, folks. As a quick question, which one of you has the potions on your person?
I think we divided them up.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I have made a note.
I think I should take all of them, though, just in case. Because I can sleight of hand check and stuff if we need to.
But you all enjoy a very warm and filling breakfast. But the day is yours. What will be your first line of business for today?
So we should all step outside to get ready to go to the general store, and you guys hand me the potions once you're out of here, and I'll hold all of them on me when we leave the city.
I I think we keep them divided. I'm gonna hang on to my potions.
Yeah, I think we should hold on to what we got.
Okay.
No offense intended.
Did we let anybody know where we're going, just in case we don't come back?
The captain of the guard knows what our intentions are.
He knows. Yeah, he knows we're planning something in that general direction.
As always, when you step outside of the inn, the cold, biting air immediately cuts into you a little bit. But everyone, for the exception of Story, who is quite warm, actually, thanks to your new cloak, and Bale, who the cold never bothered you anyway. But you step out into the main thoroughfare, and from the front of the inn, looking down towards your right-hand side, you can see the south gate, the one that leads more westward, outside the town, and you can see that the gate is closed. Two guardsmen are posted up in front of the gate, just looking kind of bored, a little frustrated, perhaps, that they're out in the cold.
I kind of see the guards and wave at them in the morning, and I said, "Good morrow."
One of them kind of gives a half-jilted wave at you as you pass by.
All right, let's go to the general store.
Sure. The four of you make your way into the And Needle, the small gnomish woman proprietor. For those of you who did not go in our last session, is the true proprietor of the And Needle. And she sits behind the counter. She's got a smile on her face as soon as you walk inside. Oh, hello. What can I do for you folks?
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're looking for some firewood or some fire crystals. We're going out on a bit of an expedition, and yeah, we're looking to keep warm, and maybe some, some blankets and some lamp oil.
Oh, of course. Those are very necessary things this far north. I have everything you need in spades. Just let me know how much you need.
And a wood cutting axe, if you have one, or would that be the smithy?
I believe I have some just general tools. The smithy's more for weapons of protection and war, as far as I'm aware. But we have the general all-purpose things you might need.
Perfect.
Let's use
So I'll take an extra blanket for myself and a bundle of firewood.
Sure, that'll be 5 copper pieces
All right.
for a bundle of firewood, and for the extra blanket.
How much are fire crystals in comparison to firewood?
Well, we don't have a massive stock of fire crystals on hand. However, I do have a few for sale. They'd be 5 silver each.
Story, I still have about 20 fire crystals, if we want to pass them around later on.
And she gestures to a small jar on the counter when she says that, and it's got about, 6 or 7 crystals in it.
I think 20 will be fine.
It's just firewood is heavy, and I am not strong.
I'll carry some. Could I also get a bundle of firewood as well as some lamp oil and a wood cutting axe?
Sure, not a problem. Let me just see here. Carry the 1. All right, so that'll be 3 silver pieces for all of that.
Perfect.
I already have a blanket, so I'm okay. I guess let's get some lamp oil.
Yeah, not a problem. That'll only be 5 copper pieces for the lamp oil.
Okay, here you go.
And then I will also get a bundle of firewood and some rope.
Well, are you looking for silk rope, or are you looking for the standard type of rope? Silk rope is lighter, but it is a little more pricey.
I'm just looking for the standard rope.
I do
Not
have
a
40 feet of silk rope.
not a problem. Rope is how much is rope? Where the hell's my player's handbook?
Where would that be?
It's in equipment. Rope. I was really hoping I didn't have to open this up. You're just looking for regular rope?
Yeah, just like...
It's 1 gold piece for the rope. And you said you wanted lantern oil as well?
No, just firewood and the rope.
Alright, so it'll be 1 gold, 3 copper pieces. But you do get 50 feet of hempen rope.
All right, here you go. Here's your gold.
Not a problem.
Pieces.
Is that all for you folks today?
I think that'll about do it.
Fantastic. I hope I'll see you all again real soon.
I'll give her a meaningful look. I say, I hope so too. And I walk out.
I longingly look at the fishing supplies as we're leaving. Just walk
damn
out.
She looks very confused by that statement, Bale. I will say.
Cool.
You all step back out into the day. Daylight. The sun is shining high in the sky. Very few clouds in the air today.
I guess we'll just head directly out of town to in the direction of the river.
Sure.
Now you said it was a 5-hour journey to the lake, right?
It's about 5 hours.
Okay, cool.
When you guys, by your estimate, with your just general knowledge of being here for like a couple of weeks now, it'll still be daylight by the time you arrive. Now that you kind of know the route better.
At the end of the road, do we see any guards at our regular exit point?
I was just getting to that. So the four of you continue down the passageway and head towards the northern gate, which is actually more eastward, but they just call it the north gate because... and when you get there, that gate is also closed, and there's a cart parked in front of the gate, and you can see two guardsmen, one talking with a merchant, or what you assume to be the owner of the wagon, and another guardsman going through the back of the wagon, seemingly searching it. As well, you also see the guard captain kind of standing there and looking kind of nonchalant.
Is it a pretty cold day today?
It's pretty chilly. I would say it's probably a little warmer than usual because it's been very overcast and snowing a lot lately.
I kind of look at everybody before we get to the end of the road, and as we all kind of probably nonchalantly notice the guards, I kind of pull everybody to the side, kind of out of their view, and kind of say, we might be in trouble if they're looking for any contraband. Maybe we can do something and get on the good side of the guards by grabbing some drink and bringing it to them while they're on post.
Okay. Keeping my voice as low as possible, I say, remember, it was the guard captain who told us about the potions. He's not going to be too eager to get us caught.
I still think, to be safe, you guys should give me your potions. Because if they try to search me, I can slide a hand and move the potion away from them and then move it back in my package.
The other thing we could do, I don't know how all of the walls are watched, but if we could find a dead point, like a spot where they're not watching, we could put all the potions in a sack and just lower them over the side of the wall, get searched while we walk out, and go retrieve them.
Say, Elron, with your passive perception, as she says this, your eyes just naturally kind of trace the wall, and you kind of figure, looking up at the guard tower, that if anyone is standing in the guard tower, looking down, they can see all of the wall.
There is no blind spots.
So maybe we find an alley, we give our stuff to Elron, and pray that his sleight of hand roll is good.
Do Bale or I notice one of the guards being familiar from the drinking contest? Or one of those guys posted today?
Give me an intelligence check. No, give me a wisdom check to see if you as you kind of scan his face to try to see if you can place it.
Since he said Bale and I, can I get an assist on that one, brother?
Yeah, you can give him advantage.
All right.
Okay, gonna roll for advantage and rolling wisdom. Saving throw or just wisdom?
Just click your wisdom.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay, that's a good thing we had the advantage there. Looking at their faces, the one who is searching the cart, you can't quite see his face, but the other one who's standing there talking with the owner of the wagon is one of the guys who was in the competition. He was the guy who tapped out last.
All right. I kind of look over at Bale. I'm like, I kind of point with my thumb. I'm like, hey, you recognize that gentleman from our first night here?
Yeah, when we interact with them, Bale should definitely take lead.
Sure.
Especially with his gladiator background, he's kind of famous in this town.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have a chance of completely skipping a search, especially with Story and you have being seen if they're looking for specific people, they shouldn't have my description as stealthily as I got in and out. But I still think I should take the potions just in case.
Yeah, you're right. You should take the potion. Let's hop in an alley.
How are you going to hide them on your person, though? Like, if they look in your bag and they're in your bag, that's kind of...
I will keep
It's a lot of potions.
Yeah, that is a lot of potions. Well...
Yeah, they might be clinking together, too. Maybe we keep them separate, and I just try to talk our way out of it. My charisma is pretty good.
What
Wait, hold
color?
on.
We have the color of the potions, correct?
Haste is what I have, which is the yellow. The black is the giants that Bale has.
If you look at the magical item reference,
Okay,
it tells
I
you what
see
they
now.
look like.
Thank you.
Wilder has the 3 water breathing.
I
no,
have
we
the
passed out the water
swimming and
breathing.
climbing.
Or swimming and climbing. Yeah, we each have a water breathing. He has a 3 swimming and climbing. I have the speed. Bale has the like strength black one, which I don't think we have a picture for.
Yeah,
Is that-
Cloud Giant Strength. I got
Oh,
that.
yes, my bad. I forgot about that potion, but I do know you have that.
Yep, no worries.
Sorry, I forgot the item card for that
I
one.
remember what it does too. It brings strength up to 27, I think, for
That
an
is
hour
correct,
or two.
for an hour.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think here. I
think-
have a backpack, and I have like basically a fanny pack thing that sits on my lower back under my like robe. I could
Yeah.
possibly try to slide a hand between them, like hand them the bag when they hand me the bag back, switch them, and then hand them the other one, or just hope they don't see the other one.
I think we might be thinking too much into this. Kind of maybe just
Yeah.
Well, they're clearly
grab the
searching-
guy a drink,
they're searching the
see
guy's
how he's
thing.
doing, kind of make our way through.
Well, the guard captain's also there. Maybe we could get him to just sort of wave us through.
There's
Yeah, I
also
think we'll be fine.
As you all are closing your
Dale, you
discussion,
should take the lead. Wilder, maybe give the drink to the guy and like just immediately talk about the fights and how epic they were because you were there and you fought and you walked up. To like fully say, we were there. Oh, you're curious because somebody stole something? I don't know.
I have an idea. I have an idea what we can do. But as you were saying,
as you all are closing your conversation, you notice the cart is pushed through the gates, and they are reclosed behind the cart, leaving the 2 guardsmen standing there. The guard captain is still there, kind of just keeping a nonchalant lookout at the 2 men.
All right. I start to walk towards the gate.
I follow him behind him, kind of regaling out loud, like, "Oh, Bale, that was such a great fight last night."
Okay. As a point of order, do you all still have your individual potions, or did you give them to Elrond?
I
still
think
have
we
mine.
still all have them. Yeah.
Great. So as the group of you approach the gate, one of the guardsmen puts his hand up, says, "Halt! You need to be searched before you leave. There's been a theft recently." And the guard captain kind of like starts to walk over. He's a little ways off. He's actually at the guard tower, and they're at like the actual gate, and he starts to walk towards you guys.
I say to the guardsman, before that, I need to have a word with your guard captain. And then I look toward the one that we know was from the fights, and I give him a wink. And I say, did you make any bets the other night? And I sort of mime like a little shadow boxing for him.
Yeah, you see him. He's got a big smile on his face. He's like, "Heck yeah, I bet on you. You dragged me under the table, man.
Let's
I know you
go.
could take him." But about that point is when the guard captain gets over, and he turns, and his face goes from like this kind of soft expression of like nonchalant and caring, and you see it kind of like turn like a little frustrated, and he turns to the 2 guardsmen and he says to them, You want to search these travelers? You have any idea how sloppy you're searching that cart? That merchant could have had the freaking potions that were stolen. I will personally look through these guys' stuff." You guys say anything?
I say, for you, Carrion, we'll submit any search you have. We have nothing to hide.
I go up to the captain, presenting my bag.
Okay. The guards relent, and he goes through your bags, and you notice when he opens them up kind of like with like kind of forcefully when he opens up your bag, but when he sticks his hand in it to like move it around, he's very careful. And his hand, you watch this, he clearly sees the potions in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of like pushes it to the side, covers it up with something else in your bag, and hands it back to you. He's clean. Let him through. Next.
I walk up behind Bale, presenting my bag to the guard captain.
He does the same thing with you. Now again, he pushes you to the front of the line. The guards haven't opened the gate yet.
I follow as well. Have the same thing done.
And when Elrond, when he gets to you, He looks inside your bag, and like you've got like just more than the 2, right? Like you've got like healing potions, you've got the haste
we divided
potion.
the healing potions up as well.
I have the haste potion, and I have the healing potion we bought from the guy.
Okay.
I think that's all I have.
So he goes through your bag, and you hear him say quietly under his breath. You hear him say, "This better have been worth it." And he puts something over the potions in your bag and hands it back to you.
I just kind of nod in agreement and go and stand behind Wilder and Bale.
He's clear. Next.
I'll go last.
You notice that he's a little hesitant to like go through your bag, and like he just kind of like opens up Story's bag and then like kind of glances inside and then recloses it and hands it back to her.
All right.
She's clean. They're good to go through. Before you go, Bale, right? The fighter guy. One of the guards addresses you.
That's right.
Hey man, where are you guys going?
Over to see a few friends over in Chorrell.
Oh man, you guys should have headed up to Southgate then. That's probably got the easier road. But I get it. You don't want to see too many people, seeing you. Need just like the fake like boxing thing.
Yeah, celebrity how it is. I'm not trying to blow up, my friend's spot here. I'm not trying to inconvenience them.
You can stop being all starstruck and let them through the damn gate already. Sorry.
I walk up to the guard and I give him an autograph from Bale. I'm like, the first one's free.
He's just a pre-done Bale. It's got like a claw on it.
He has a
got like
set of headshots in
like
his
a
trunk.
singed mark on it, like some alcohol spilt on it. It's got his name kind of sloppily written. I'm like, here you go, friend.
Thank you. And he kind of like takes it and very carefully folds it up and puts it in his inside of his armor. I'll get the gate for you folks right now. And you see, and the gate slowly opens up, revealing the outside. You can see the Tanners from here, a handful of smattering of other buildings that are out the north gate.
As we're all kind of being ushered through, and they're kind of like all star-eyed, starstruck. I'm like, now you remember, you tell your kids whenever you have them that Bale came through here.
Oh, I'll be sure to.
I mutter around, laying it on a bit thick, aren't you there, brother?
No, like this guy's eating it up. Like, I mean, he had a drinking contest with you, and then he watched you beat the ever-loving shit out of somebody.
He's part of your fan club.
Yeah.
As we're walking out the gate, I'm gonna be like, "Good luck with your search."
Thank you.
I kind of nudge.
If you hear any,
play the theme.
If you folks decide to come back and you overhear people talking about some potions that got stolen, let me know immediately.
Of course, we will.
And if you turn tail and come back to town, just yell. Somebody will let you back through the gate.
Thank you, Carrion.
And with that, the gates close behind your group as you are all now outside.
We head down the road. As we're heading down the road, I say, so we have to drink every single one of these potions.
Yeah, and why were we going to Chorrell? That was so weird.
Yeah, no, I fucked up.
We're literally going to the river to save the town. That's perfectly valid. We don't need to hide that.
I look over to Bale. I'm like, now we got to make shirts.
What's your persuasion, Bill? Go ahead and roll persuasion for me, because I should have done that in the moment.
Persuasion. Am I on advantage?
With advantage.
With advantage. All right.
Because
oh, there we go. 20 and a 20.
Yeah. No. He ate it up. There was no second thought there.
All right.
He's your number one fan.
Yeah.
Should have asked for his name, man.
Yeah, I should have. I should have been more personable.
All right. So as you all push on through the ice and the snow that's on the ground, covering the bits and parts of the trail that you went through the day prior, who rolled for random encounter last time?
I want to say I thought it was Dopus.
All right. Elron, why don't you roll a d20 for me? Let's see what happens on your way to the lake.
D20 or just roll survival?
Yeah, just one d20.
Just /roll space 1d20.
Yep.
/roll space.
No whammies. Okay.
CP.
Okay. As you all push out, the day clears up even more, and there's almost a sense of warmth coming down from the sun, and the journey is easy and light, with no problems that occur while on the road. After 4 hours of travel, you find yourselves back at the lake's edge, just off the horizon, maybe only another 20-minute walk. You made a good time. The sun is slowly beginning to bow in the sky, but still quite high overhead.
As we're walking along the road, I sort of remark to Elron, you know, the pit fighting gig isn't quite so bad when there's no killing done.
Yeah, you can make some solid gold too.
I might look into it next town we come to.
It could be worth it, as long as you don't get yourself hurt. Could I do or just perception or possibly just my passive for any like wet, gross trees that we could harvest some stuff on the way with the woodcutting axe?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Survival.
Yeah. You saw a few trees, but the ones that you had stopped at and looked at them, and Bale took one swing with his axe, it just like shattered the tree. It was all old, rotted wood, not good enough for fire. After like the third or fourth one, you were just like, screw it, it's not worth it.
I'm not looking for something that's actually good for the fire. I want something specifically that's not good for the fire.
You're just looking for like old rotted. Yeah, you can get like a.
I want to make a small base of the rotted wood.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's easy enough for you to do.
Under the firewood that we bought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's easy enough.
Okay, yeah, because I want to do that under the firewood we bought, so that it takes longer for the fire to hit the ice underneath. It has to get through like the wet, damp, not good wood.
Got you. But yeah, you guys are all standing maybe 20-minute walk from the lake.
How much time do we have, I think, before sunset?
You know what? You shouldn't need to roll survival for that. You probably have 3 or 4 hours until sunset.
4 hours?
Okay.
And the first time we came to the lake, it was an hour to the hole?
Not knowing where it was and being careful, it took about an hour from when you first spotted the lake until you got to where the hole was.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that was also moving in the dark, because it was dark by the time you guys got here last
I
time.
think we have plenty of time. I say we head directly down, go about halfway to the hole, because we don't want to go too far, set up all the damp, gross crap that we collected, put all the firewood we bought on top, and get ready to build the bonfire.
Well, here
right around sunset.
So here's the problem. If we do that, they're going to punch a hole in the ice, and all the ice around is going to have cracks in it. I think we go back to the hole so they jump out the hole.
I think we do it halfway and then back up, so they intentionally have to break. He said the ice was like 3 or 4 feet thick. Like it's gonna fuck up trying to get their way out.
But like they did crack it really easily.
When you fell into the ice, jumping after Story, the hole was about 5 feet down, and everything above where the water line was ice.
Yeah, like that's a lot of ice for them to break through. Just because they may have cracked it on their first hit does not mean it's not going to take them 5 or 6 and actually hurt themselves to get out. And if we start the fire and then back the fuck up,
but what if it cracks? What if it cracks everything around? Then we're all falling in the water, and then we're all.
That's why I say we back up. Don't stand directly on top of the fire. Stand 10, 15, 20 feet away, because they're going to try to break up right at or next to the fire.
But I can use.
Let's go check the shack to see if we can find that sled.
Yeah,
We took the sled back to town with us and turned it over with all his possessions.
Wilder, what are your thoughts here?
No, you left the sled there.
Yeah, we left it at the shack.
Yeah, you left it at the little boat house.
Well, immediately, let's just say we went to the shack, and we'll have this conversation in the shack.
Okay, so you guys travel for a little while longer, and you make your way back to the familiar shack. The no longer smoldering coals of your last fire and places where you slept appears to be undisturbed from the last time you were here.
Is the sled there?
Yeah, still there. It's right where you left it.
All right, Wilder, what are your thoughts on this? Do we go whole or do we go middle of the ice?
I say whole, because
okay,
we don't know where anything is. but
I can, like, they were attracted to a single torch, and I can use my mage hand to hold the torch over the hole so we know they're coming out that egress point, and we can be 30 feet back from the hole.
because we're not trying to do any more damage than we can, and we're familiar where the hole was, so we can kind of make our way back there.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to.
In the clear daylight, looking out over the lake, you can see the mechanism just very faintly on the horizon.
Okay, yeah, we could definitely use that to our advantage.
All right.
We don't need any of the firewood or anything.
No, we can still use the
We can
firewood.
still use the firewood.
Once
So,
we come out of the water, we're going to be wet. Just because we're like immune to the cold for a set period of time doesn't mean we'll be after we get out. Being able to dry ourselves out is still very important.
So do we want to rest till morning? Do we want to chop some wood then rest? What do you guys think we should do here?
We
I mean,
got
if we
some
still have
good
a couple
time
hours
to
till
prep.
nightfall.
We got some good time to prep. We can prep things for later tonight. That way, like, we don't have to keep hauling the
we
wood
don't
around.
really know if we'll be able to get them out during the daylight with just a torch because it's daylight.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we could go over to the spot, drop off the wood there, so we don't have to keep carrying it around, wait for dark, and then go back.
We also
Right now, we're just hauling it around.
it was daylight last time when we fought the marrow.
I thought it was
I think
dark.
it was like dusk. It was
It was
dusk.
getting late.
That's true.
Like that's
And-
about the time I think we should try to at least pull some out. Is like right before the sun sets.
Well, I mean, we've just had a long rest, so we could go out there and we could do it like tonight.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So before we go out to the lake, I think we should have a plan of egress in case shit hits the fan.
All right.
So we don't have what happened to Story happen like we're unaware. So if something like Story goes down, or one of us goes
Positioning
down.
wise, immediately, I think it should be you and Bale next to each other with Story behind both of you, and I'll be off to the side. So it's unlikely they would be able to throw something directly past both of you at Story, and try to keep one of you in between her and the monster we're fighting at all.
So I have a thought. How much rope do we have?
I've
I
got
have 40
two
feet.
bundles of 50-foot rope.
I got some hempen rope. It just says 10 quantity, but I have some hempen rope. I think we have a bunch of rope. Why don't we just loop some rope around each of us and tie it to the sled when we're there?
As like an anchor point, whereas
Yeah, it's like an anchor. It's like an anchor point. Yeah, like so that like
we-
whoever's
if we
still
post
above
up-
has a place to run to and grab the rope and start pulling.
I think if we're gonna do that, it
30
might
feet away, it'd be really hard for them to pull us into the hole.
it might be more preferable to attach it to the wooden structure as opposed to the sled. I don't know.
Well,
Oh, sure.
There's
But
no
that would-
wooden
that would
structure out
first-
there. That's a bunch of tarps.
No, there is. Remember, there was the thing with the
The-
bucket
the winch
attached that
crane.
he was
Oh, the
using to
winch.
bring. Yep,
Yeah.
that was the
But
thing. We
again,
had the
that'll-
torch out
that'll
more than we.
Right on top of the hole. Like
can
we
use
don't
that as
need
an
to be
anchor
that
point.
close. But I
Yeah.
don't think we should be that close. We should.
Well, no,
like,
that's
do
in
20,
terms
30
of when we're in the water and we're trying to egress out of the water. That's definitely a good point for us to just kind of get out.
Yeah, when we actually go down after we fight on the surface, yes, we should use that as the anchor point.
If we fight on the surface.
Well, we're
I
gonna try and draw some up,
they try
right?
to
Is
draw
that
some
what we're
out.
doing?
Because
Yes.
I mean, we don't want
Yeah.
to just go down, run into like 7 mobs and die. Like especially only one came out last time. We might be able to trick or draw a couple out and kill them before we go down.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in terms of once we're down there, how do you guys want to move around? Because we want to stay together, so I'm assuming we're all going to kind of be linked by the rope.
We don't. I wouldn't necessarily tie ourselves together underwater because that's going to
Okay.
limit how we can move. I would say.
Oh, Elron, do you know any good knots from being a sailor that we could use?
I know so many knots.
Would you be able to teach us some good sailor knots?
That might take some time.
It
Yeah.
might be faster for him to just use the
Yeah,
knot
okay.
knowledge.
Just do it.
Is there a knot that would be good to like hold us together, but pretty easily able to break it if we need to?
Yeah, there. You know every knot under the sun with your time sailing, so that would be no problem whatsoever.
I mean, you
So-
could do a bowline, which is literally secure as hell, and then you pull on the little loop and it releases.
Would that be preferable for us to kind of anchor ourselves to the wooden structure?
Well, we're going to be going way further down than the amount of rope we have.
If it's
Yes,
a direct
but
anchor, you
until
probably
we get to that
you
point.
don't want an easy release. Well, I mean, every proper knot is released fairly easy. It's just like a clove hitch doesn't have a proper. You pull one thing and it lets go, but like you can fucking hang 1,000 pounds from a clove hitch on a tree and it's not gonna release.
Also, one super important thing to find out before we do anything is, do the crystals work underwater? Do they still give off light and or heat underwater? So how about we just get a bucket, like melt some snow and or pour some water in from one of our canteens and drop a crystal in and see what it does.
Yeah, I have a pot on me,
Perfect.
so I'll hop right outside real quick, scoop. Let's light up a little mini itty bitty piece of fire crystal and drop it in the pot. See what happens.
Cool.
All right. I'll take one of my 20 fire crystals. I'll kind of ignite it and then toss it in the bucket.
All right, you drop it in the bucket full of snow.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll melt.
Okay. Yeah, you light the end of the fire crystal with your flint, and it immediately begins to crackle and burn hot in your hands. You quickly drop it and let it go into the bucket, and you see steam beginning to hiss out of the bucket. And after a few moments, it's just a bubbling pot of water with a fire crystal just crackling and breaking apart inside.
Does it give off light?
Faint bit.
Okay, fair enough. That works.
I make tea.
With
Do you
what?
have tea?
Do you have tea?
Do like Bear Grylls with some pine needles.
Yeah.
I don't think you have tea on your character sheet.
Damn it.
Bear Grylls does it with pine needles.
Is there even any pine needles? I always saw broken ass wet shrubbery.
You have to go a little more south for pine trees.
Shitty. All right.
No, I don't have any tea. Damn it.
Probably leave most of the wood here, because when we're done, we probably want to get off of the direct lake before we build a decent fire to warm ourselves up, like on the actual shore over dirt. Probably be better.
Yeah, we could do it in the boathouse again, or a little bit further in if you think that's better.
Yeah, like if we're just using the firewood to dry at the end, we should probably just leave it here, because we only need torches to draw them out, and then we'll go down with the rope and the potions.
There is a loud explosion that happens from the corner of the room where you've stuck the bucket, as steaming hot water splashes throughout the entire vicinity of the area, not hurting anyone, but startling everyone in attendance.
Is the pot broken?
It's a little bent.
Rip. Okay.
Right. I said, so seeing that, I say we need to do a different experiment then, because if that is actually a thing that could possibly be some kind of concussive weapon, we need to see if it will react like that while not lit. Although I don't know how we would light it underwater, so I guess that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, is the fire crystal still in the pot, or did it get knocked out?
Give me an investigation check, because you don't see it in the pot.
Okay. You said investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
As you kind of glance around the boathouse looking for any sign of the crystal, it takes you about like 3 or 4 minutes of like looking around in the dirt, and eventually you find a small piece of it that broke off sitting on the boat. It's no longer, that piece is no longer lit. It's just like a small shard now.
Ooh.
I would say with your character's high intelligence, Wilder, you would also know that it's likely that the crystal literally shattered, and that's what caused the explosion.
Oh, the thermal expansion because of cold snow.
Ooh, so it's not going to stay
No,
lit for that long.
It was a pot of boiling water,
Well,
and then it exploded.
okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So I think if you leave one lit in water, it just explodes.
There was probably about a 2-minute delay between when all the snow melted into the water and when it exploded.
Okay.
It could be good though if, maybe we injure one and it jumps back into the hole, we just throw a lit fire crystal after it blow it up underwater.
Well, what I was thinking is we need a way to light up the hole so we can find it once we want to get out of the water. And it looks like these are not going to be the way to go. So we might have to just wing it and try to find the hole in the dark or whatever. If
Well,
we go in
and
at night.
the moonlight sword gives us 15 feet of good vision and an additional 15 feet of decent vision.
Yeah,
As,
we're
as a
gonna- we're
note,
gonna
for
want
those
that
of you with
underwater.
dark vision, that's 30 feet of good vision.
Yeah, for me
So
it's 15.
That's me, right? I have dark vision.
Yeah, you have dark vision.
Am I the
I
only one
also-
with dark vision?
Nope, I have dark vision.
You think do too? Cool. Yeah, so between me and Story, we should be able to find them.
Yeah, Story has fairy fire too. So she
As
can
far
light,
as the
she can light up the
swimming,
mobs.
I think I should be the one person that just doesn't take one. I might fall a little bit behind you guys, but me having limited movement I think hurts us the least. Like, we want Bale and Wilder to be able to get up in the mobs' faces. We want Story to be able to dodge, and I'll dash if I need to catch up at certain
Well,
points.
dodging is more of a dexterity check thing. This is more about
but,
just
like,
moving around.
Positioning wise, like if the thing shows up and it's 4 squares to Story's right, she can move away properly.
That's fair. That's
Like-
totally fair.
Okay.
That works.
Do we know any other ways to ignite fire crystals, or is it just through heat and friction?
As far as you can tell, it does require heat to get it started.
I do not know
okay.
if Story has any spell. I'm sure a spell would work underwater, but I don't know if Story has
I do not have any spells of
Yeah.
that nature.
All right.
So while we're kind of planning all this, I feel like we definitely want to unload some of our more cumbersome equipment out here
Yeah,
at the
we
shack,
leave
so we don't
Yeah,
most
damage
just
it.
stuff
leave it,
behind.
most everything that we're not, like anything we don't want to get wet, like our bedrolls.
Like,
So-
probably just go out with the potions and our weapons, basically.
I think we bring one bundle of firewood. We have plenty. I bought one, and I think one
we
other
could probably
person
bring
bought.
one.
Cool.
So
So
I'll
we'll
bring
the
one
rope,
bundle of
the
firewood.
firewood, the potions.
Yep.
Yeah. And you have lamp oil on you too, be able to light it easily.
I do.
Cool, yeah. So that'll work if we need it.
I've also got lamp oil.
And
Perfect.
also, like, it is an ice lake, and if we go down at the middle of the night and it's a clear night, like just the stars and the moon and the stuff, we may still be able to see the surface all decently well.
Okay, cool.
We could also, like, use a python to crack a hole and then suspend a torch from it. And, the torch will burn out after an hour, but we only have an hour's worth of breathing anyway, so.
Good point. Cool.
If we killed all the things that are in the immediate vicinity and none
Alright.
keep coming up, we could just leave a torch behind and not worry about it getting dealt with.
Yeah, exactly.
Killed thing.
I'd say we load things up and head out towards the hole. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sounds good.
We're good to go.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys are all walking out there?
Yeah, I've got a question real fast, if you don't mind answering.
Sure.
So me using a shield, do I have to do anything on my character's sheet to say I have a shield, or no?
Stand by.
You can just increase your AC by 2 and then make sure you use no one-handed weapon.
Okay.
I also want to make
Don't
a
mess
note
with the
that
character sheet for a second.
I leave my sword sheath behind, so it's just on my belt without a sheath. So that the glow can happen without it being in my main hand.
There you go.
I also will bring my shield, and I'm probably not going to put it on until we go underwater.
Wait, what'd you do?
I gave you a button to turn your shield on and off.
Looking for it.
It's underneath your global damage modifier.
Ah, I see. Thank you.
And Bill, you have
Alright,
one as
cool.
well.
Thank you.
And you're not using it, so just uncheck that box.
Yep, uncheck. Yep, got it.
All right, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so let's head towards the hole.
All right, so the four of you make your way to the familiar hole. It takes you about 45 minutes to an hour to walk across the ice carefully to make sure you're not slipping and looking like fools. But you eventually make your way over there. There's more snow piled up in the area than you're used to, but you still see the small eddies of snow being kind of flourished around by the cold and bitter wind. But you make your way back to the frozen lake. I would say, Elrond, with your passive perception, you immediately notice that something is different than when you were here before. The body of the marrow is nowhere to be found. However, in its stead is a thick black pool of ichor that leads from where it was slain to the hole.
We know it didn't
Yay.
drag itself down because Bale decapitated it, but that definitely confirms that it has friends.
Yeah, they dragged it back in.
So the very first thing I'm going to do is come back over here. I'm going to put down my tarp and pit that in the ground.
It was still there from last time because you didn't collect it.
Oh shit! And they didn't
Let's
take my
go.
tarp.
Tarp MVP.
I'm gonna move over here.
You guys did not bring the sled. The sled is not there. It is just on the map.
Okay.
I can't remove it.
Okay.
Okay.
You just stay as far back as you can for this.
Well, I have to be within 30 feet of my mage hand to suspend it over the pool. So I need to be that close. So interpose yourself accordingly
30 feet.
to be like here.
So I would say hold the torch probably around this side. How do I ping? I forgot how to ping.
Like here?
You just hold
click
down left, hold down left
On
click.
this side, so that they jump out directly like towards us on this direction and not out on this side.
Well, you could
We want it
also
over here.
you could also hold it over the hole and then like drag it closer when you see something moving in the water, but that's going to require a check or two, I think.
Is that
Well, I
mage hand
feel like if
flipping
you
us
just
off?
hold, yeah, if the torch
Yeah.
It's
is over
pointing.
here, these things seemed intelligent enough, just depending on the fact that it pulled Story into the hole, that it should be able to at least gain direction and jump out of the hole towards the light instead of on the complete opposite side.
We're also trying to drag out as many as we can here, so I think instead of torch, maybe we light bonfire like right here where this golden thing is.
Maybe after the first one goes down. I think we pull one out, kill it, and then set a decent sized fire. Essentially, because they'll know the one went up there, and then they'll see
We
a bigger
don't
fire.
really have control of how many come up.
You can move the mage hand now.
Well, yeah.
I-
That's what I said. Stay with the torch first, so we don't actively try to get all of them at once. Try to kill what comes out with the torch, and then make the bonfire to make sure there's nothing left. Because that's
Story, your
Oh.
thoughts? Torch or bonfire?
Story, you should be able to
Off
move the
that.
mage hand.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I agree. Let's go with the torch first.
Okay, perfect. I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to suspend the.
Yeah, I'll light a torch and hand it to Story's mage hand.
directly in front of Story.
With a very practiced motion, Bale quickly strikes his flint against the oiled head of the torch, and it bursts into brilliant flames that scatters and flickers across the icy surface. It is quickly grabbed by the mage hand.
I unsheath my great sword and take up a ready stance.
All right. And the kind of ethereal hand that's floating in the air grabs the torch and clutches it and pulls it over towards the hole. And you all watch for a few moments with bated breath as the torch flickers.
I step sort of in front of Story between her and the hole.
Now remember, this took like half an hour last time because we were thawing that thing for a while.
There is
I'll mark a torch down.
I'm in distance. I'm good.
the
I'm just gonna hold up here with my bow drawn, ready.
I'm gonna have my sling at the ready too.
the air is thick with tension. Minutes pass by. Your eyes cautiously scanning the surface of the ice for any dark shapes that move beneath, but see none. Time continues to tick by. 10 minutes becomes 20. Elron and Wilder, the wind starting to slowly get to you as it gets colder and colder. The sun slowly creeps down the sides of the mountains to your east and begins to cast a long shadow over the lake. The torchlight continues to burn, flickering. Half an hour rolls by. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna make the move hand make like little motions, like
Jiggle
sort
it.
of just like I'm jiggling the torch around in a little like 2-foot little loop.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Sure, you begin to absent-mindedly twirl the flame that flickers and spins around, sending cascading lights through the now darkened lake's surface. 5 more minutes go by. No change. 10. No change.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make the torchlight brighter.
The torchlight, from its slightly dimmed state, immediately just bursts with a magnificence of flame that none of you are expecting, as Story says a few arcane words under her breath. The air once again gets tense, and then as the flame slowly dies back down, there doesn't seem to be a change.
While we're
think we
waiting
gotta-
here, can I go and investigate this black ichor?
Sure.
Oh. All right.
Go ahead and move your
I'm
token.
gonna kind of do like a wide breath around the hole while this is going on, and kind of go up to the black ichor.
While he's doing that, can I go and just cast Frost Breath around without hitting any of my friends to try and strengthen the ice around us?
You can do that
Once
per day, I believe.
Once per day? Okay, never mind.
I believe it says it on breath weapon how often you can use it.
I will.
Make an investigation check, Wilder.
Okay.
Taking a look at the black ichor, it looks as though something with appendages must have grabbed the body and dragged it back into the hole. Best you can tell based on where the kind of blackish ichor of its blood meets the ice. But the ichor is no longer fresh. It is definitely hardened by now. But that's kind of what you can glean is something with appendages grabbed it and kind of dragged it into the water. Okay, so you can theoretically use that about once every hour if you so choose.
Yeah.
With your
I have to take a
frost
breath.
breath. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think at this point we should just go all in, say fuck it, and light all the firewood.
Yeah, we got plenty of wood. I'll go ahead and drop my firewood and
Probably
try to.
up here-ish, I would say. Up here. Come on.
Like
I
away
would
from
think.
us, the opposite side.
Up here.
It's Bale's wood. Where are you dropping it?
I would think more near the hole. What do you guys think?
I don't think we should be too close to the hole.
Why?
You know the hole's there, but like if it's right here, the first one jumps out and puts the damn fire out. Like,
Yeah, but they jumped, like, we had the torch here before, and they cracked the ice right below our feet near the
Yeah, that could be bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right over here, at the hole, or no, right where our mage hand is, sort of.
It's like right here.
While they're figuring out
Yep.
to where they put the wood, I asked Story, can that the illuminated torch through your magic, can it work underwater?
I can only brighten existing.
could you brighten
Okay.
my sword?
No, it's not a fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna collect my tarp if you're lighting a fire directly next to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes you a
I'm gonna
little
go
bit
ahead
to
and,
remove the pitons from the ice because they've kind of frozen in place, but you managed to get your tarp.
And then I back up to more of like this area now, so I get a clear shot.
Sure.
Right, and I'm gonna lower the torch and light the fire.
Ten out of 10 art skills right there. The
I
dimming
believe it.
torch causes the small planks that you've bought of firewood to immediately ignite as they are dry and just ready for the flame. Again, the kind of cascading, crackling light kind of sends these kind of almost patterns in the ice, especially where it was cracked before. You can see kind of the remainders of the now frozen over with fresh ice cracks in the surface of the lake. You wait for 5 minutes, waited, ready, weapons at the ready to go. Nothing seems to happen. Ten more minutes go by, still nothing. Your head's on swivels, looking through the ice, just trying to find those same dark shapes you saw the day before, but nothing.
Kind of breaking the silence as we're all kind of anticipating this, I kind of look up and I'm like, sometimes when you go fishing, you don't catch anything. We might either have to call it a day or look for a different fishing spot.
I mean, this is the only fishing spot, because I don't want to chop through that much ice.
As I see, as they kind of say that, I pull out my pike and look over at Bill. I'm like, there's more than one way to catch a fish. Kind of look down at the hole.
Are we doing this?
I would recommend we spend the night and do it in daylight. If we have to go underwater without luring any of these fuckers out, I think daylight is best. It'll be easy to find the hole back up, and we'll have that much more light underwater. Even if we are deeper, it'll be still slightly more light.
Yeah, I think if we're
So-
going down without pulling any to the surface first, it should be daylight as well.
All right. So you guys want to just go back to the
Yeah.
shack
back to the
and
little
wait for
shack.
daylight?
Make a
Yep.
small little fire with a couple ice crystals and sleep the night.
Yep,
I'll keep watch because I don't actually have to sleep.
I kick Snow onto the fire, and just for good measure, I take the firewood. Actually no. Oh yeah, I just kick Snow onto the fire, and I get ready to go back to the shack.
As he's cleaning up, I kind of get ready to start heading back. All
To the
right.
shack.
If nobody else wants to do anything, we can head back to the shack.
All right, so the four of you make your way back over to the small boating shack, the boat inside, bed down for the night. Is there anything in particular you all would like to do?
I would like to keep a watch on the lake throughout the night because I don't need to sleep to see if any figures came to the surface to investigate after we've left.
Well, the door to the shack itself is facing away from the lake.
I would recommend anyone who bought extra blankets maybe put blankets up to try to minimize the cold, because I know that was an issue last time when we took a rest here.
Well, just
Oh,
having
the
the
wind.
blankets themselves could probably.
Yeah, that
help.
might be better. Just wrap them around yourselves rather than try to insulate the whole shack. Good call.
Yeah, I have a blanket in my bedroll.
Cool.
So you guys are starting a fire and bedding down for the evening, and Elron, I take it you're occasionally going to step outside and just keep an eye over the lake.
Yeah, see if I can see, any silhouettes or shadows or movement, because I obviously won't directly see because it's pretty far, but it's a flat ice lake, so I should be able to see disturbance of some kind if something's in the surface.
The stars and the twin moons are both out tonight that shine brightly over the lake as you stare out in the cold of the dark of the evening. Give me a perception check with disadvantage, as it is quite far away from you. As you peer out over the lake, the small bits of shrubbery nearby keep kind of catching your attention as they slowly rustle and kind of shimmy in the breeze, but you don't see any movement on the surface of the lake, at least none that you can discern.
Yeah.
Eventually, you yourself retire to go into your trance-like meditative state near the fire.
I would like to try one more thing at night, though.
Sure. What would you like to
I
do?
want to take a small piece of fire crystal in the dead of night, spark it, and huck it as far out on the ice as I can, and then watch it until it burns out.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. Just see how far it goes.
Disadvantage or regular?
Just regular. You throw the small flaming star from your hand, and it flies about 30 or 40 feet before it eventually skids on the ice and lands near a snowbank. Not in the snowbank, but next to one. And you watch it as it slowly burns and continues to burn, the ice underneath it seemingly unaffected by the small crackling flame above. Until it eventually goes out.
Nice shot.
But eventually, you yourself feel the pangs of tiredness hit you, and you retire back to the inside. Sitting next to the fire, you get comfortable and go into your meditative trance. You just kind of are vaguely aware of the world around you, just maintaining your watch and your vigilance in case anyone were to intrude. But no one does. And you watch as the dawn slowly breaks over the hillside, and as your companions slowly rouse themselves, ready for the day. The day is yours. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna start the day by warming up by the fire and eating some rations.
Yeah, make
Yep,
sure we
same.
add a little bit of wood, get a real fire going, eat some rations.
You guys can go ahead and mark off your rations for the day. But
I turn to Elron, ask him, did you see anything on your watch last night?
Nah, nothing that nothing.
Okay, I think we're doing this.
Yep.
I sort of like bend down and rub some dirt between my fingers to try to get like as much traction as possible. I say, well, nothing to it but to do it. Let's get out there.
We'll head back to the hole.
Alright, so again, about an hour, and the sun slowly climbing over the mountain, sending a large sheet of sunlight onto the lake. The sun is high in the sky.
Oh, wait. Can we bring a few stones with us?
Yeah,
rocks?
there's like a handful of small pebbles and stones and rocks
No,
and
like
things.
bigger.
Bigger.
Ballast.
Oh, we can
Looking
put
for
them
some
in
ballast here.
We can put
Those
it in
might
the
be
fucking...
frozen into the ground pretty hard.
Yeah, going out, like you do see that there are large stones that would serve your purposes, but you'd have to heave them out of the permafrost. I'll leave it up to you if you think that's a good idea.
Hold on.
Nah,
hold on.
fuck it.
These water breathing potions, do they make it so that we can hold our breath for an hour? Or is it like we're actually down there breathing water for an hour?
Give me an Arcana check. See if Elron knows.
Well, I mean, I know the second I got in the freaking water.
Yeah, but you want to know beforehand. Big money! Hey!
I would say, with the 18 and knowing what these potions are called, your assumption, with your very limited knowledge of the arcane, is that they will allow you to breathe water as if it were air.
So if we are actually breathing water like it is air, we will be buoyantly neutral because our lungs will be filled with water, not air. And it'll be a lot easier to swim down than you traditionally would, that you would think holding your breath and swimming down.
We will also
with the-
instantly start drowning as soon as they wear off.
With that check, would Elron also be know if we're able to talk to each other underwater?
I mean, sound is producible now, even with as humans are normally. It would just be gurgled. It would probably be slightly even more gurgled, I would think, because the actual sound box itself.
The sound will not carry as far, but you can communicate underwater.
Cool. All right. I say we apply the water breathing and or actually, I would recommend half the water breathing. Sorry, go ahead.
We should dive down as deep as we can, holding our breath, and then take the water breathing at the last second. It'll just buy us a little bit more time of getting down below.
Well, see, that's different for each of us depending on our constitution.
That's true.
Also, we need to apply the salve.
Yeah, we gotta apply the salve.
before
Yeah.
we go in.
That definitely has to be done first. I mean, yeah, we can just take it and jump in. That's fine.
I would recommend we could save some of the water breathing for when we're ready to go out, just so we know we have some, like when it's time to leave and we're not just running on empty.
Well, it's not like you drink half a potion. You gotta drink it all.
Okay.
I think it's all or nothing on these. And
Fair
So
enough.
let's salve up and then get ready to jump in.
All right, salve up,
Apply that
and
as well.
do we want to take the speed ones as well now?
Maybe once we see something, like once we see a ruin or we see something, because before we're just swimming in nothingness, so I wouldn't waste them yet. But as
Well,
soon
see,
as
the speed will also help us get where we're going without using
But
too
I
much of the
won't- I
water
won't
breathing.
have it first either. So I mean, I could just sprint the whole time. I
Oh yeah, you're
Did-
right. You're right.
Did
You-
we conclude
you are-
that the potion of swimming and climbing gave us increased swimming?
It makes it to where it is not considered difficult terrain. But as a note, Elron is a rogue who has cunning action, and he can use his bonus action to dash.
So he will continue to move.
So
towards the end.
you guys will still move faster than him, moving at double move, but he will not fall behind nearly as much as someone else would.
Okay. So, well, the speed potions also last an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
cold
swimming and
salve,
climbing last for an hour.
the cold
Well,
salve item isn't there, but I'd say-
The salve lasts for 8 hours.
Excellent. So I would say we take all the stuff that lasts for an hour and go in, because if the breathing runs out, we're probably fucked anyway. So we might as well take everything else with that.
You three take the swimming, climbing. We'll all take water breathing. We all do the south first, and then we jump in the water.
Yep, I'll take the potion of cloud giant.
I have my belt, my glowing sword on my belt unsheathed, and I will use a short sword and a dagger for actual combat.
As you all discuss your plan, Story, can you give me an Arcana check with advantage?
Big money, big money.
Okay.
Oh my
More money.
fucking lord!
Pennies.
Carry on.
Snake eyes.
Carry on.
Fantastic. All right, so we drink all our fucking potions. We apply the salve,
Okay,
except for
so
Story, who has the cloak, so she's good.
Okay.
No, I can't wear the cloak
can't come
underwater.
Oh, okay, never mind. We all
We
apply
have
the
four
salve.
salve, though, so we all apply the salve.
So
We
I
all take
pass
our
out
water
the-
breathing, and you three take the.
Hold on. Why can't you wear the cloak underwater?
Because you said so last session.
You told us.
No. I think there was miscommunication there. I remember hearing that at the time. He's like, yeah, no, the cloak, the water doesn't, it doesn't matter. Like, the water doesn't matter. And you're like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter in the water. And I was like, oh, that's a miscommunication.
Okay. So you apply the salve to your characters. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Story, who is still wearing the cloak, you do not feel any different. Bale, you do not feel any different after applying
Oh
the salve.
my god, I'm an asshole.
Elron and Wilder, when you apply the salve, there is this instant warming sensation that happens where you applied it. And you feel that warming sensation creep up and kind of envelop your entire being. And you realize that when you were standing out here on the ice talking, you've been shivering unconsciously in just the freezing cold temperatures. But now, it's almost nice. It's not cold at all.
Oh, I'm smiling. This feels amazing. You guys feel like
we
this
got 8
all the
hours.
time?
Not that big of a deal that they.
I
wait.
just started feeling like this, so.
For
Alright, guys.
the next 8 hours, Elron and Wilder, you have resistance to cold damage.
All right.
Okay.
But wait, so they will still take cold damage from the water?
No.
Okay.
The water only does cold damage if you do not have any resistance to it.
Okay, cool.
So after we apply the salve, I'll pass the potions of climbing and swimming out to Bale and Story and myself.
Hey, take a lug.
I drink it.
Yep.
Story, this is the nastiest thing you put in your mouth. It is slimy. It feels like it's moving slightly when you put it in there. And when you finally are finished drinking it, you're like, okay, I hope it worked.
I look at Story and say, "Hey, you're a demon bard. It won't be the worst thing you put in your mouth."
I'm not a demon.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. All right. I immediately chug my potion of water breathing, and then, like back to back, I give it a second to make sure it sits well in my stomach, and then I immediately drink the potion of cloud giant strength.
No, that does not last an hour.
It does
Yeah,
last.
it does.
It does last an hour.
Okay.
It
I was
does.
like, I thought that was like a couple minutes. Like, hey.
So when you drink the potion of cloud giant strength, it goes down cold, and I mean like cold, like ice going down your throat.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you feel like there's almost like shards of something inside of it. And it's this very gritty and kind of tearing sensation through your throat. And when you finish it, you don't feel any different. But you're standing there holding your greatsword in one hand, and you realize it's a lot lighter than you're used to.
Sick.
All right, so for the next hour, your strength is now 27.
Should I just put that on my sheet, or will it be in effect?
This is what we're gonna do. Your normal strength score normally is 16.
Correct.
I'm gonna write 16 strength in your on your bio page, so we don't forget. And then we'll temporarily change this to 27. Now, when I mean like your sword feels lighter, I mean it feels like you're not even holding your sword.
I immediately sheathe my sword. I take out a javelin in one hand and a shield in the other. Oh, that's probably a little late to ask. I can use a javelin as a melee weapon if I want, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you don't have to throw
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
just a spear. isn't it?
Excellent. So I take out a javelin and I unsling my shield, and I get those ready in both my hands.
All right. So, but then you
So I'm
all
gonna click my shield on.
and then you all take the water breathing potion, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so
jump in.
drinking this one has a different sensation. It has the kind of the almost bubbling sensation of like a carbonated drink going down, and it's sort of salty in its own way, almost like you took just a swig of bubbly seawater. But it eventually also settles down, and you feel with this one a kind of pressure on your chest that is not unwelcome, but a little foreign to you.
All right, and then we jump in the hole.
Yep, I jump in the
No
hole
time
immediately.
waste.
Here, you
I take a very graceful dive into the hole because I'm a sailor.
I stay as close to Elrond as we can, and I recommend to the others before I jump in, we all keep pace with Elrond because he'll be the slowest without the potion.
okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna like plug my nose and just like jump straight down like a pencil dive.
So wait,
Why
are
don't
you,
you plug
are you
your nose,
swimming
you
with
can
your
breathe
shield and your spear out? Or...
Okay, maybe not. Yep, I'll sling the shield back. I'll immediately, as I hit the water, I realize that's stupid, so I'll sling the shield back on my back, and I'll just kind of like tuck the javelin in my belt or whatever.
So as you hit the water, because you drank one of the swimming and climbing potions, you realize the water is offering no resistance. You are moving through it as though you were moving on vertically on dry land. It is a strange sensation to move so quickly in any direction of your choosing.
Straight down, I say to my compatriots.
I
Also-
follow him as long as it's in my sight.
Okay.
Before we move, could I just do a quick glance? How much vision? How good is our vision with
Give
my
me-
sword at my belt right now?
Give me a perception check as you hit the water. With advantage, because I assume that your allies are also looking around and taking in their aquatic surroundings.
Just trying to assess exactly how much we got with this sword hanging at my belt.
Okay. Right now, as you kind of pull the sword out of its sheath under the water, the sword does not glow, but you can still see around you because you have dim light currently from where you are above the hole.
So the sword is not glowing?
The sword only glows in darkness.
Okay, so it won't fully ignite until we get deep enough for the light from the surface to start.
And with your 17 perception check, and this can go for everybody, as you all are kind of looking around and taking in your surroundings, you see schools of fish kind of swimming off in certain directions. Kind of, one group of fish was incredibly startled by the four beings that just jumped into right where they were swimming at. And while you're a little sad because you know you could have caught those fish because they were right underneath the hole.
Aww.
And you begin to kind of have your eyes adjust to the low darkness of this area. Those of you with dark vision can see a little further, and actually you can see kind of the craggy exterior of what appeared to be ancient stone buildings far beneath you, probably a good 150, 200 feet down.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
I
use
point at the
thaumaturgy.
ruins.
Can I see the ruins?
Hold up, Beck was talking first.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times as loud so I can make sure everyone hears me underwater. Be like, look, everyone, ruins.
And I also point in an agreement with Mech and gesture everybody to follow.
Okay, I made a note.
Fantastic.
Can I identify the ruins whatsoever?
You
based
can't
on-
see them yet because you don't have night vision. So
Okay.
I would say as you all swim down, keeping pace with Elrond, who is the slowest among you, although still faster than you guys would be if someone else didn't take the potion.
Okay.
But you begin to move slowly downward, and eventually he has his sword pulled out just slightly, and when you get down far enough, it eventually begins to illuminate. And as you swim further and further down, these ruins begin to come into view for yourself, Wilder. Bale, do you have dark vision?
Negative.
Okay, so you also begin to see these craggly exteriors of these towering spires that have long been crashed and covered in silt. Oh, you can only see bits and pieces of the edges of buildings that have sunk below the waves.
Cool.
So, Wilder, since you asked, you can make a history check to see if you can determine perhaps the origin of these things. Being from the desert lands, you did not see a lot of elven architecture, but you do know some of its telltale signs. the way the stones are put together is unlike what dwarves or men would put together. It is kind of interlocking stones that kind of mingle with each other, and you can kind of see the rough outlines to know that these are definitely ancient elven ruins.
So as we're kind of swimming down, I'm excitingly, like gushing to story about these magnificent elven ruins that are going to be so wonderful, and all the discoveries we can, like, just nerding out over these ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing that they're specifically elvish, can I do a history check to see if I can attain anything?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I did it with advantage.
15. Okay.
We always take the one on the left if you roll with advantage. So.
Yep.
I will turn that off.
Taking a look and hearing Wilder gush about the elven ruins, like, you can kind of see what he's talking about. Different ports that you've been to have the same type of architecture style, and it hasn't changed too much in a very long time. But these are much older and a lot rougher than some of the more elegant elven designs you've seen. But again, this is in complete total disrepair. And glancing around, you don't see any like openings or anything that stands out to you as a way to get into them, because you mainly see like the sunken exteriors of the buildings.
So I say we descend basically until we can get to the base, because I mean a door's not going to be at the top tip of these ruins. It's going to be down towards the ground.
But there could be windows.
There could, but
We can look for him on the way down.
So
Yeah.
you're saying this is more of a singular building, or more of an outcropping, kind of a keep?
It looks like, from what you can tell with your history check, Wilder, I would say that you can tell this is a smattering of different buildings. Some look like they've crashed into one another whenever they went below the waves, or if just time themselves has eroded these buildings down. But it does look like a lot of different types of buildings.
I'm kind of excitingly swimming ahead of the pack, allured by these ruins.
Sure. Since you're taking point, Wilder, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check as you're looking for a way to enter the ruins.
Can I assist him since we're all super on edge, knowing we're going to fight a bunch of marrow down here?
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
That's a pretty good roll. 23, okay. As you are kind of swimming and kind of darting in between these ruins looking for an entrance, some type of way to get inside of these ruins, you eventually see what appears to be a marbled staircase, it's got that kind of like marble sheen to it. What looks like at one point in its history was highly polished, but now is covered in small bottom feeders and bits of flora that have kind of built up through the cracks in it. But you do see that it does kind of turn in almost a spiral-like staircase downward.
I think we're swimming in.
Are you guys following me, or am I just
Yeah,
kinda
100%.
Yeah, they're
Right
like
with you.
right behind you.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop at the entrance and wait and let them go down and wait a couple minutes and follow. Just
You
in
have the
case
light.
they try to ambush, so that I can end up behind whatever ends up behind you guys.
When I see him falling behind, I say, I turn back and I say, "You have the light, motherfucker. You got to stay in the middle."
Yeah, I can't swim too far away from the light. I'm kind of just impatiently waiting for Elrond, and I'm motioning for him to come closer.
As a note, you guys are very, very deep now, because like you're basically treading right above where the tops of the ruins are when you discover the staircase, and like it is almost
just
pitch black
want
down
them
here.
to gather with me, and so that we all group right at the entrance of the staircase. And if we're close enough, then I say one should stay behind in case of an ambush, so they can end up behind whatever ends up behind us.
That's not.
I shake my head in disagreement.
As another point of order, when you look up, you can clearly see the light pouring in from the cut hole in the ice.
Okay, good.
Cool. And it was like early morning when we headed down, so we're good.
I feel like it's better to be ambushed together than separately. Because what if they just ambush the person who's like stayed behind? Then we have no way of helping you.
Okay.
Yeah. we should definitely stick together. Ooh, fancy map transition.
Alright, so you all descend the staircase that eventually ends in a silted floor deep below. This appears to be some sort of a natural cavern that this building or tower, as you sort of discover as you continuously go down this winding staircase, it opens up into what appears to be like a natural cave. You can hear what sound like almost like a bubbling sound coming from further within the cavern.
You said we're in a hallway?
Yeah, you're like, think of it as like, you guys can see the map, right?
Yes.
Like
yes.
a small bit of the map you guys are on. So if you go this way on the map, that's the stairs leading back up the spiral staircase to the top. You guys are probably down another like 60 or so feet. It was at an angle as well.
Understood. And the room that we're enclosed in, or the hallway that we're enclosed in, is there ample space between, I guess, the ground and the ceiling, or is it pretty tight?
There's about 10, 15 feet of space within the natural cave. The building you're in is a good 25 feet until you see the bottom of the stairs that lead back up above you.
Okay.
Before we head in, then I turn to everybody, say I'll take point. Wilder or Bale, you should take rear guard. Story should be in the middle, and we'll move forward.
I'll say
I
Wilder
kind of
can
push
take.
past Elron. I'm like, I would love to take point, as I'm excitingly kind of going through.
I'll
And I
say
grab
really.
his shoulder as he tries to push past me and say, "I have the light," and move forward.
Yeah. I'll let them take point, and I'll stay really tight with Story the whole way down.
Just move your tokens. Okay. All right. So this is your order then. Okay, great.
Okay. And then we're swimming, or are we kind of? I know you said we're kind of trudging water. And I kind of bring out my spear to kind of help me.
Okay,
prod
stop moving your characters. I'm revealing shit.
I'll have my spear out right now, just to kind of.
I'll have my short sword and my dagger in both hands, and my sword glowing at my belt.
All right. So as you push forward, again, as a note, if you have your sword on your belt, is it in the sheath or not in the sheath?
It is, like I specifically said before, I left the sheath behind this whole time.
Okay, so you just have the sword out. Okay.
Yeah.
He has the rapier in his belt, and he's wielding a short sword and a dagger. So he has the rapier not in a sheath, but like tucked into his belt.
I got you. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So yeah, as you push forward, I would say with your passive perception, Elron, you hear something move up ahead, like a quick, swift sound of something like moving.
And I kind of do the like, point at your eyes, look ahead, like, kind of there's something ahead of us. Be ready, guys, and we slowly move forward.
Okay, so I'm pretty much moving, staying close to Elron because I can't see outside of his range.
Yeah, you can see about 15 feet away from where Elron is, if you want to imagine that.
Okay.
So essentially, if you guys are perfectly stacked behind me, everybody has vision.
Yeah.
Like Bale right now wouldn't.
Even past that, you can still see it at 30 feet away because of the dim light given off by it. But you get
I'm staying pretty close to him.
Well, I have night vision at front too, so don't I get a little bit further vision ahead of everybody too?
You can see clearly up to 30 feet away.
30 feet, yeah.
Okay.
They have disadvantage to see. Stop moving your freaking tokens. I'm trying to talk.
Sorry.
So as you round the corner and peer around the corner, a massive shark turns and notices you and begins to make a beeline for you.
Fantastic.
You might be a good time to roll initiative.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative. 10. Fuck.
Why did I throw my notebook? I need that for initiative.
You just click initiative. Yeah, you guys got it.
Okay, so
Wow, all the melee homies.
in order. Wow, great. All right, Story, Bale, Wilder, and Elron.
Oof.
Story, you immediately see Elrond kind of move back instinctively and brandish his weapon in front of him as if he's readying himself for battle. You do not know what is up ahead, but you do know that initiative has started. It is your action.
Okay, since we've got like sort of space above and below us, based on like how tall the ceiling is, I'm gonna move myself up here. And do I have line of sight on the shark now?
All right. You have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You do have line of sight on the shark. As a note, Elrond, you caught eyes on the shark when you were like here, but you need to be in a square for a battle, so that's why you're there. Cool. So you have not fully rounded the corner yet. But Story, with a bit of light in your dark vision, you also see a Marrow brandishing his weapon, getting ready to throw his weapon at the first thing he sees around the corner.
Oh, and he can see me, can't he?
Yeah. He did not have a ready to action, as he was not quite there yet.
Well, and that'd be a really hard angle on you still, Sorry. You need to be one more ahead before I would think you
Would you say she has like 1/2 cover, three quarters?
Yeah, you would have cover from him right now. Partial cover.
Excellent.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say we've got Marrow, and I'm gonna take my sling out, and it has just enough range to hit the shark.
Okay, go ahead and
20.
make your attack roll with disadvantage because you're underwater.
That was advantage, so we'll just take the lower one.
And the 18 still hits the shark.
Let's go.
For 4 points of bludgeoning damage. I definitely know how much health the shark has. I looked it up before the game and definitely wrote it down, and I'm definitely not looking up right now how much HP the shark has. It's still alive.
It,
60, 10 plus 12 or 45 hit points.
It looks...
If it's a 100 shark.
It's not a 100 shark.
I'll stop metagaming.
Don't metagame.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It does not look too pleased, I will say, being struck in the face with a stone. And that will bring us to their turn. And the shark is going to move forward. God damn it, why did I close that page? I used to make these little cards that had the monsters on them, and I'd just be able to reference the cards at any time.
It's a deep cut Wilder. I like that.
That flew over your head.
Okay, it does not have an ally nearby. It is going to try to take a bite out of the person who just hit it with a sling. Story does a 10 hit your armor class.
No, I block it.
Yeah, you manage to just dart out of the way as it kind of swims past you and then redoubles where it's standing. And it will end its thing there.
Time Story has ever blocked an attack, guys.
The Marrow is going to move, we'll say, to here. And he does not have a good shot at you, Story. Instead is going to take his harpoon and chuck it at Elrond.
Come at me.
He would also have cover too, right? Or
Yes.
is
Does a... See, partial cover. Does a 16 hit your armor class?
I am a 14, so yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and take... Go ahead and take 6 points of piercing damage, and then give me a strength saving throw. Okay, so the harpoon smashes into you, and you feel a tug, and you feel your body move forward, and you instinctively jerk back, and the harpoon rips out of you and gets caught back in the hand of the Marrow, as it then begins to hiss something in a language you do not understand.
All right.
Wait, what languages do you speak, Story?
Infernal and common.
Okay, got you. No, you do not understand what it says. All right, and that will leave us to Bale. It is your action.
Okie doke. Will I be able to move past my friends?
Yes, you can always move past allies. There's no problem
Okay.
with that. But you do have space you can maneuver around in here.
Okay.
And also, you did see the harpoon strike Elrond, so you know that there is something else there.
Yeah. No, I'm pissed. I'm gonna move. Can I move right here?
He's just like flexing all of his
That'd be
muscles.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's 20 feet of your movement.
Yep, and I'm gonna attack the shark with my javelin, and that would be that would not be disadvantage, right? That would be...
No, it is not a disadvantage because it is a aquatic weapon.
All right, here we go. It's a 15, and oh, sorry, I meant to say I meant to go into a rage there with my bonus action.
You got it. You got it. I got that by
Right.
the your angry thing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Standard.
A 15 does hit, and it will take the 11 points of damage
Jesus Christ.
as you savagely stab this shark, and it actually recoils back away from you after like the blood begins to spurt into the water as you pull back your javelin from the blow.
Cool.
And that'll be Wilder's turn, unless you'd like to continue moving.
No, that's all I got.
Okay.
I'll stay right here.
Wilder's your action.
Do I recognize what the shark is? Like,
Give me a nature check.
I love Wilder's playstyle. It makes me so happy. He knows exactly.
I mean, you've never seen a reef shark before, but this is your best guess. You think it might be a reef shark. Also, it looks
Shark that
hella
lives in a
hurt.
reef.
What was that?
You were saying some shark that lives in a reef?
It's a reef shark, is what this
okay.
type of shark is known as.
All right. Me noticing the marrow kind of like bombarding us with javelins. I'm going to, since we don't have, we can like move like really far in water right now, right?
Yeah, you can move your full speed.
Your full speed, whatever that is.
5, 10, 15. So if I move in front of the marrow right here, that'll block him from attacking my other guys, right?
Yes, but if you move through that square the reef shark is threatening, he might get an attack of opportunity on you. Up to you.
So this square right here is not
Yeah.
something I can move through.
You can, but you might provoke an attack of opportunity.
Kill. Okay, yeah, no, I won't mitigate.
Let me
Kill.
think. Oh yeah, because I can attack. Or would I be able? I wouldn't be able to attack it because Elrond's in the way.
You can move into that square. You just can't leave a threatened square.
Okay, so if I move here, I can attack it and then possibly move afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so currently I have a spear, and do I get any disadvantage?
No, there's
for
no
using
disadvantage
shield
for using this.
underwater?
No. You do not.
Okay, so I have a shield equipped, and I have my spear, and I'm going to attack the shark.
Go for it.
God
You thrust the spear, and the shark, you just narrowly miss the shark. Not being adapted to fighting in the water has kind of thrown you off a little bit. Unfortunately, that 6 will miss.
Okay, one moment. Can I do anything else? I have a bonus action. No. I got my back. Yeah, I can't do anything else. I'll stay here.
Okay. That'll bring us to Elrond. This is your action.
Okay, I have my short sword and mid-handed dagger and offhand, so I want to attack with both of those. With my
Okay, so roll your short sword first, and we'll
They're
resolve
both
that.
regular, right?
Yeah.
Short sword.
Hey.
All right. So with that, you pull your dagger forward and jam it up through the open mouth of the shark, and you feel its teeth kind of grating on your arm as you do so. But you jam the blade upward, up through the top of its head. You actually watch the top tip of the blade pop out the top. The shark just goes limp in the water, sending kind of a pool of crimson in the area. And then you withdraw your blade.
Since I did my action first, can I move now?
Yeah, you can move.
Alright, I'm just gonna move just like a little bit back, so I'm not line of sight of the marrow for now.
Okay, no problem.
And then that's my turn.
All right, that'll bring us back to story.
Okay, so I can see the marrow currently, right?
Yes. There is dim light in that area, and you have dark vision, so yes, you can see it.
All right, because it is, like I don't want to get away on us or anything like that. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it, or on the area around it.
Okay, what is your DC?
13.
What color is your fairy fire?
It is pink.
So, Story waves her hands in the air for a moment. No, sorry, it's just verbal. So you watch as she takes her...
violet light.
Yeah, she
Sorry,
takes her lute, and you feel the vibrations of the lute spread through the water as she says an arcane word, and there is a burst of pink energy that surges throughout the area next to the marrow and begins to slowly fall through the water as if it was like falling snow that just clings to it, and it kind of writhes in place confused, and it seems to have been affected by the fairy fire.
Does it sound like?
It looks very confused, and
It's a 20-foot cube, so like from there and like back to there. So like everything that's in like...
I got you. Yeah, like all of the like coral in the area is also giving off this glow, so you guys can see in this area.
Good move. Good move.
Now I will even say that you. Oh, that's not reveal. That was hide. Wilder.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
No, and then I'm gonna move back line of sight.
Good shit.
I just look at her when she comes by me and golf clap.
All right, and that will bring us to their turn.
Oh, there's more. He said there.
It's ruins.
All right. It is going to lunge forward with an unnatural speed towards Wilder.
Wilder, no.
Comparable.
All right, does a 18 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 18.
Okay, so that will hit, and the harpoon will miss. And go and take 9 points of damage as it goes to slam the harpoon into your side, and you dodge out of the way, but its mouth clamps on one of your shoulders, and you can feel the metal plates in your armor kind of dig into your shoulder.
Oof. Just see this bright-eyed purple people eater.
Yeah, it is right up in front of you, like ready to go. All right, that'll end its turn. Bale, it is your action.
All right. I'm gonna go move up here.
Okay.
Can I use my bonus action to look at Wilder and be like, "It's okay, buddy. Look, we caught a fish," and I sort of like gesture with my thumb back toward the shark.
I'm just like
shark.
grimacing as this thing
Talking is a free
taking
action.
a bite out of me.
Yeah, that's just free. You can just do that for free.
Action. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and stab the marrow, or attempt to stab. Sorry, the marrow with my javelin.
Yeah, go for it.
You have advantage because
I do, yeah, because it's fairy fire, and the javelin is a good underwater weapon.
That's
okay,
correct. You have advantage on the strike.
28. That does 14 damage if it 28 hits.
If a 28 hits.
Sorry.
A devastating blow to its side, causing the same black ichor to leak out of its side as it hisses and turns its attention towards you. That ends your turn?
Yep.
Wilder, it is your action.
All right. I'm gonna attack the thing, and I'm like, if I could barbarian rage right now, I would, because like that's how mad I am right now that this thing just like took a piece out of me. So I'm gonna attack it.
It's impotent fire rage.
So I'm gonna use my spear and attack it.
Go for it.
You had advantage as well.
Yeah, advantage.
Roll again, because you
Roll
have
again,
advantage
normal.
because of the fairy fire. Okay. The 13 just hits.
You didn't bring me for my combat prowess.
Another solid blow landing in the creature, and it's starting to show some wear and tear.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Sure, not a problem. Go ahead and roll your second wind.
Wilder with the big brain.
It says 1d10 plus your fighter level. So I'm a level 2 fighter, so just 1d10?
Yeah, just slash
yeah,
roll
one-
1d10.
yeah.
And then we'll add 2.
Yeah. All right, so you get back 7 hit
Okay,
points.
so 7.
As you take a moment and kind of feel the adrenaline surge with yourself, you push past the pain.
Alright, and that will be my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to Elron.
Okay, so I can basically dash as a bonus action, right? As a
Correct,
rogue?
because with your cunning action, you can dash as a bonus action.
So with this work,
But that would mean you can't attack with both weapons this turn. By the way, since you're dual wielding, you can't attack with your offhand as a bonus action.
As a note, you can stand in this tile.
this tile,
Yeah.
so right here, I can just move there.
Yeah, you guys have wiggle room here in this cave.
Okay.
Yeah, you
so
go there. Stab with both. Sorry, metagame.
I'm gonna move here, and then I'm gonna attack with my short sword and my dagger
Go for it. Go and roll your short sword first.
with advantage because of fairy fire.
With it, yeah. And you can apply your sneak attack to that as well.
Sorry, I can sneak attack too. Cool.
You should have applied it to the shark, but you killed the shark, so it didn't matter.
Hello.
A quick, solid blow to its chest, and you watch as it goes limp in the water.
Let's stab my dagger in its throat for good measure.
As a reaction,
Oh, yeah.
while it's dying. Oh, no, never mind. I'll save that for later.
Yeah. It's dead.
Yep.
So now, like, all this black ichor is, like, surrounding where it died, or...
I mean, it's sort of like pooling out of it from its wounds.
Okay.
But it's not like an ink cloud. Like, you can still see around it.
Okay, so it's not obscuring our whole fucking
No.
vision.
All right.
It's like if you cut yourself underwater, you'd see the blood coming out.
I quickly
Gotcha.
turn to my companions and I say, "Is anyone low on HP? Is anyone hurt? Should anyone take a healing potion?"
I'm at.
I'm feeling pretty good after my
5.
my second wind.
You're
I'm at
at
5.
5?
Yeah, I have 5 hit points left. I don't know.
Oh, you should absolutely take a healing potion.
Okay. How much does the healing potion return?
It's in our items cards.
It is 2d4 plus 2. So slash
Yep.
roll 2d4.
Sorry, I meant to
2.
like that.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take a healing potion, and it's slash roll 2d4.
Yeah, so make sure you
plus
put a
2.
space in
Just typed it
between
out.
roll and 2d4.
What I typed in the chat is what you need to type in the chat, minus the point. Okay, so you get back 8 hit points.
So that just puts me back. So I can only get 6 more back.
Yep.
Correct.
No, you get 8. You get 8 back because it's plus 2. You just
No,
roll
he was only missing 6.
Max HP.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Perfect.
You have a lot more HP than he does, Bale.
I know,
I
man.
have
You have
11
a lot HP.
It's lonely at the top.
Mm.
Hey man, I failed both things here, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, yeah. No,
I
I'm
made-
fucking crushed.
I made it pink, so
You did
You
make
were
it pink.
probably the most helpful. Like you gave us double
After we clear out the monsters, I swim over to the shark and I attempt to cut off its prominent shark fin on its back.
I
what's that?
look back and I say, no time for that now. We've got to press forward.
bat down of the
All right,
marrow.
are you going to back down or are you going to do it?
No, I'm gonna back down.
Okay.
He makes a good point.
I just
Alright.
want to like a quick pat down of the marrow, see if it has like a pouch.
Yeah, stop and frisk. That sounds good.
You do see it finding a small pouch on its side, and as you open it up in the light of the rapier, you do see it's full of those colorful shells.
Okay, yeah, I'll just like seal it back up and just keep it on me.
Wilder, you take point this time. There's enough vision for me to be second, and I can't really take
Okay,
it very well.
so I'm just kind of like darting from wall to wall, admiring the fucking.
Yeah, there's all these beautiful plants and flora that some of them retract away from the light whenever it comes in, but it's all kind of technicolor and beautiful in the pale moonlight coming off of the rapier.
I wave to try to get Wilder's attention, and when he looks at me, I do the tap on my wrist and point ahead.
I immediately kind of swim up to where I see like the bend and kind of wait for everybody.
So as the bend turns, you are immediately faced with a door. And I know this is going to be really weird, but it's just kind of the way they did this map. But that bend turns into where this doorway is. You see a large stone door with these elven runes and glyphs and words written on them. For those of you who speak Elvish,
Let's go. That's me.
the words, the temple.
Sorry, we're over here now.
Yeah. So like as you guys turn that corner, that's what that corner turns into.
Okay, I
We're
understand.
basically right here.
Yeah.
So as I read these runes to myself, can I just like say them aloud as I read them?
Yeah.
It's like I'm reading them out loud.
It says, the Temple of the Sealed Relics. Is
So
what-
as soon as I read that, I kind of just like, not epically obviously like a comic book character, but like just like almost subconsciously my hands rub together a little bit, like ooh, loot.
And also, with your but since your passive perception is so high, Elron, as you look, you can see what appears to be sort of an arcane ward on the door that has been etched into it, and you see a large slash through the rune, breaking it.
So I relay that to Story as the only spellcaster and see if there's anything she might be able to do.
I can make an Arcana check to see if I recognize the rune, but it seems broken.
Sure, go ahead and make an
we're-
Arcana check.
I'm insisting with the speaking of Elvish and shit.
You can't tell what the rune did, as there's no power left in it anymore. The slight striking through the rune has ruined the sigil, and it is whatever magic was here is no longer here.
But we know that there is no magic because of that.
Yes, it is inert.
So I say we head through the door with probably Wilder and Bale taking point if it's at least 2 by people.
So you said the door was closed?
Yes, it's closed.
Is you said it was a stone door with all these elvish runes on it? I motion a Bale to have him push open the door with his immense
Yep,
strength.
you read my mind. I pushed on the door.
Bale, give me an athletics check with advantage.
Alrighty, advantage athletics.
Let's go.
20, 30.
Rip the doors off the fucking hinges.
Gonna bring us in with that current you just made.
So
Oh wait, the door says pull. Oh, okay.
It doesn't really. That's a joke.
Oh, wow.
Drinking
I was
and
like,
you
oh,
heard
what
that.
the fuck? Someone just say that. Damn it.
Just make like a whirlpool inside the room now.
Just
Alright.
spit all over my computer.
for those of you who can't see the chat because you're watching this on YouTube later, he rolled a natural 20 for a total of a 30. That's why they're freaking out. You push on the door, and it has a lot more resistance than you were expecting. But when the door opens, which does not take much time at all thanks to your temporary strength bonus and the aid of your friend, but the door opens, and you immediately see 2 Marrow staring at you in shock that the door opened.
I turn back immediately to the bard and say, "Fairy fire! Give me fairy fire!"
So this little weird dash thing, that's the door then?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a door.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll initiative. Because you rolled so high on your athletics, I'm going to consider them to be surprised.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. We all roll initiative again?
Yep. Bale, Elron,
Hey, you actually got a good roll on initiative.
Story, Wilder. All right, Bale, you have the first action. They look stunned that you just did that.
It is hella dark back there, though.
Actually,
Yeah, sure it
it's
is.
not. There seems to be a light creeping in from the next doorway,
Lovely.
which is there.
Okay.
Time to kill some marrow, boys
Yep.
and girls.
I'm gonna move straight up here, and I'm gonna attack this guy right in front of me, the guy on the right,
Go ahead.
with the javelin. Normal attack.
You gonna rage?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to rage again. Let me just quick make sure I have enough rages at this level that I can do that.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can rage twice per day.
Oh, it might be
Use
worth
a lot.
saving it in case we get like a boss mob. Sorry. Sorry.
Let me see. Let me make sure.
The meta is strong in you too.
Sorry.
Listen, you just gotta play like an idiot, like I do.
He just thwomped open that door like he's feeling bad.
No, like it was one of those like kick in the door moments.
Yeah,
They were not prepared for you.
I have 2 rages. Fuck. I'm gonna save my rage. I'm gonna unclick rage.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna attack without rage. Javelin. Here we go.
Just
That's
attacking with gusto.
16
Yeah,
for 12 piercing damage.
A solid hit, dealing a pretty sizable chunk of damage. And as shocked as it was to see you, it does not look very pleased by the javelin that's been inserted into the center of its chest.
Cool.
Anything else you'd like to do, Bill?
I think that'll do it.
All right, Elrond, it is your action.
Alrighty then. How much space do I need here?
Hurl insults at him.
That's 30 to get right behind Bale.
That is your movement and your bonus to move there.
Yeah, that's the dash bonus as well.
Do these side ones, are they able to be stood in?
Yes. Those there, yes.
To this one right
You can only
here.
move 30 though.
That's 30.
Okay, that is your movement and your bonus action.
And then, let me see here. I'm going to shoot him with my short bow, which is disadvantage because it's a disadvantage weapon. But
Correct.
I can still shoot from behind Bale.
You do not get sneak attack because you are at disadvantage.
Okay.
And the arrow, you loose the arrow from the bow, but you're so used to firing it above ground that you're not ready for the resistance the water gives you. So when you let go, you kind of pull off to the side a bit, and it just strikes one of the stone walls.
Alright. I'll delete an arrow. And I am my turn.
All right, and that'll bring us to story.
Okay, it worked real good the first time. We're gonna go again. We're gonna launch a fairy fire.
All right, we have an 11 and a 13.
13 matches.
Okay, so this one is affected by the fairy fire. So again, she strums that arcane word that sends the vibrations through the air. Story, roll 1d100 for me, please, while I explain what happens. So she strums the air again, but this time the air responds in kind, almost like another vibration that is kind of flowing from the next doorway. And one of the marrow immediately is affected by the spell, and you see as the pink globules stick to him. Give me one second, I gotta look this up.
Oh, Bale would technically be in the thing as well.
Bale, give me a reflex saving throw.
Dexterity, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Normal. Here we go. Natural 20.
All right, no problem. It does not stick to
Oh my
you.
god, what are these dice?
Interesting. All right, story. For the next minute, you can see any invisible creatures that you have line of sight on. They appear translucent to you, but you can see them.
Okay.
As you feel something kind of flow into you as that reverberation in the air happens. All right. Villette, end your turn. Still have your bonus action
Yeah, I still have my bonus action, but no one's taken any damage yet.
and your movement as well.
How big are the doors? Like, how big is the opening? Like, could I gain cover by moving beside Elrond?
Yes, you would be in full cover there.
Okay, perfect.
They do
That's
not
where I'm
show very well, but the door was always end like here.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna end my turn in full cover.
Okay, and that'll bring us to Wilder. It is your action.
As I enter the room, can I use like my bonus action as like a perception? Kind of like see if I notice a tomb marrow, my buddy's fighting it, but like do I notice any like grand mosaics or anything like that?
Sure, go ahead and give me a perception check as you step into the chamber. Now completely illuminated by the rapier and whatever's underneath the door.
Okay.
Natural 20 again.
You are trying to do this quickly, so you're not going to get like perfect information.
No, that's
But you do see some sort of a mosaic kind of drawn in the tiling of the floor of this room. And along the walls, you actually see statues what appear to be like armored elven figures. You can see the long elven ears and the full plate helmets that they have, kind of carved in stone.
Okay, so they're not actually wearing plated armor; they're just stone.
Yeah, and you also see along the floor, kind of drawn in the mosaic tiles, what appears to be a full plate helmet and tendrils pooling out of the bottom of this helmet.
Would this be something I've previously seen in a book somewhere or anything like that?
Give me a history check with disadvantage.
Holy shit! What are these dice?
It's you recognize it as an elven house sigil. You do not know the name of the house, but you now have this recorded in your brain. So if you have time to research it, you might be able to glean more information about this particular house.
Okay, so the top portion of the mosaic is a helmet, and the bottom portion is tentacles.
Yeah, it's not tentacles. It's like tendrils of like it kind of looks like smoke, like pooling out of the bottom of it. But it's definitely a sigil of an elven house. You know that for certain.
All right, cool. So after kind of gleaming this, I see that my friend has the marrow under control. I'm gonna kind of move up to the other one, right about here.
Okay.
And attack it with my spear.
Sure. Since it is glowing, you do have advantage.
Okay, going to advantage.
Big fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Finally hit something.
Did you roll
He
a
wouldn't
one?
get dueling though, because he's using a shield, right?
No, he still
No,
get
it's
dueling.
a one-handed weapon.
Oh, okay, cool.
So as long as I have a one-handed weapon and not another weapon in my hand, I get dueling.
All right, so you score a glancing blow, but still you cut and you see Ichor kind of spill out of it as it tries to maneuver its way out of your attack.
All right, that is my turn.
All right, they are surprised, so that is their turn. Bale, it's your action.
I'm gonna continue stabbing the one in front of me. I'm going to
Poke it with a
see
stick.
normal javelin. Here we go. 19 attack for 13 piercing damage.
Yeah, it is looking pretty freaking hurt now, as you were just berating the shit out of it with the spear. Completely
Excellent.
unrelentingly, as it finally has kind of gotten its composure together to be able to strike back at you.
Stab, stab, stab.
All right.
All right.
Will that be it for you?
I believe so, yeah.
Elrond, it is your action.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm going to attack with my short sword with sneak attack.
Go for it.
Normal, not advantage, right? Because he's not fairy fired.
Yeah, he is not fairy fired.
Sneak attack, short sword.
All right, so the short sword will strike true, and you will do 11 points of damage. As a note, if you hit with your sneak attack, you only can do that once per turn.
Yeah,
So if you'd like to use your bonus action to attack with your dagger, you can do that now.
I will be.
Okay, go for it. That unfortunately will not hit. As you lunge forward with a short sword, you cut a devastating blow at kind of where the mermaid body attaches to the like more humanoid portions of it, and you carve out this huge chunk of flesh with your first strike. And as you do so, you swing with the dagger, and it just barely maneuvers out of the way, just reacting to the pain of the first blow. And that'll be it for you.
Yep, that's it for me.
Story, it is your action.
Okay, I'm gonna swim up, interpose myself between my friends here, and I'm going to take out my dagger and I'm going to attempt to poke it.
As you step into the room, Story, give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. That roll will stand though.
Yeah,
Would
you're
it
not
be
going to hit with the
advantage?
dagger.
Would it be advantage because it's flanked?
It is not flanked.
Okay.
As you swim into the room, with your newfound sight, you see small like slivers in the air,
Like little
small
cracks?
like cracks in the air.
Oh,
Just very, very faint and kind of imperceptible if you weren't really looking for them. And when you kind of focus on them, they fade out of your vision.
yay!
Like eye floaties.
Kind of like eye floaties.
I would like to make a relevant check on those. I would probably go for Arcana.
Sure, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Yo, let's go.
You've never heard or seen anything like this before. You have no idea what these are. It could be literally anything. It could be dangerous. It could be helpful. It could be nothing. You don't know.
Guys,
Could be something in your
there are
eye.
little invisible things floating around in here. I'm a little scared.
Like, and as you're moving forward, like your allies aren't like locked in place. Like you guys are maneuvering and fighting through it, and you watch as they pass through these without any issue. Though it's not like it's harming your allies or harming you to swim through them.
I have no idea what these are. But I'm going to try and poke the arrow with my knife.
It does not hit. The 6 will not hit.
Rip.
Maybe I should try stabbing instead of poking. And that'll be my turn.
All right, and that will bring us to Wilder. It is your action.
All right. I see my friends engage with the other one. I'm gonna keep poking at this guy. I'm gonna
Go for it.
attack him with my spear.
With advantage because fairy fire.
Yeah, with advantage.
Thank you.
Get it.
This time you got him pretty good and dealt a pretty good chunk of damage to him as you slam the spear back into him, kind of redoubling your efforts by pushing the spear further in than your first blow. Anything else you'd like to do?
Can I use my bonus action to like cheer?
I mean, you can talk as a free action.
All right. I'll be like, yes, have at thee, and then I'll pass my turn.
All right. Finally, they get to go.
Yep.
Bale, you are a problem. You're going to get 2 attacks sent at you.
Let's fucking go.
You mean I'm not threatening? Made one guy pink and then didn't stab anyone.
Oh my god,
Hey,
why can't I type?
It's gonna make Wilder solo that dude.
All right, I got a 17 and a 13.
Doesn't hit. So
Okay.
1 hit, 1 no hit.
All right, so the bite attack will hit you then. All right, so I'm going to take 11 points of piercing damage.
Half to 5 or 6. 'Cause
You're
I'm-
not raging.
Oh, I'm not raging. Oh, that's 11. Okay.
the
Points of
health
piercing
points.
damage as it clamps down onto your arm. It with one of its arms holding another one of those harpoons, tries to jam it into your side, but you just grab its hand with your immense strength and hold it at bay, unable to make purchase with the first harpoon.
Alrighty.
Wilder, this will be 2 attacks coming towards you.
Okay.
The first attack will miss, and I think a 24 is enough to hit you.
Correct.
All right, so it is going to hit you with one of its claw attacks. So go ahead and take 9 points of slashing damage as it rakes its claw across your face. And you can feel the heat from the warmth of your blood as it kind of pools out into the water near you.
Oof. Not the face. Not the face.
And then this one that's engaged with Wilder is going to move here.
Does it get a...
It did not leave your threatened squares.
Okay.
All right, and that will bring us back to Bale. It is your action.
I'm gonna continue attacking the one directly in front of me with the javelin.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. Normal javelin. 18 for 14 damage.
Jesus Christ, that potion making you so much fucking damage.
I mean, I'm getting shitty rolls here, but the plus 10 is just negating all of it.
Yeah,
You can't say you got shitty rolls. You rolled 2 nat 20s in the last, like, 10 minutes.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
you bring the javelin upward through the creature's skull, and it cracks out. Like his brain like cracks out the other side, and there's just like this like floating viscera in the air above where his head was.
All right. I turn to the fairy-fied one, and I say, "You're next, Spinky."
Oh, he can't understand you, so
That's
yeah.
true. But I say it anyway. I stand by it.
All right, Elrond, it'll be your action.
Do I get my sneak attack? Is it flanked?
As long your allies are engaged with it, as long as you have an ally next to the enemy and you aren't at disadvantage, then you get
I'm
sneak
gonna
attack.
move right here,
Yeah,
and I'm going to attack it with my short sword.
sure. You have advantage because it is glowing bright pink.
Oh, so terrible.
Unfortunately, the 11 just misses as you strike forward and it manages to deflect your short sword with one of its bracers.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to attack with my dagger.
Nat 20.
All right, hold on. Yeah.
I did not add sneak attack to that one.
Go ahead and roll 1d6. Because you didn't hit with the first attack, so you still can sneak attack.
Okay.
And that would be doubled too with the nat 20, right?
Yeah. Sorry, and then roll one more, because that is also doubled. That's -3 on that, so it's 6 points of damage. I gotta take your dexterity off of the damage. That's 6 and 8 for a total of 14 points of damage. So, frustrated that you were unable to strike with your short sword, you bring the rapier up and stab him directly in the gut, and then you twist the blade. And as you withdraw it, there's that single line of ichor that pools off into the water near you. It howls in pain from your critical blow. Would that be for you?
Can I still move since I only moved 5 feet?
Yeah, you can keep moving.
Yeah, but if you move out of its range, you're going to get an opportunity attack.
You also only have 10 feet of movement left.
Mm-hmm.
Would 1 step back be out of its range fully?
Yes, but
That would
you
be opportunity.
hold on. But you are a rogue, and with your cunning action, you can disengage.
He already uses bonus action to step.
Oh, right. No, yeah. So if you move, you'll provoke if you move back.
I'm done.
Okay. Thank you for that correction there, Bale.
Yep, you got it.
All right, Story, it is your action.
Alright, I'm moving up. And with my dagger, I'm gonna try and slash its throat.
Sure, you got
And
advantage on the attack.
Come on.
The 13 just hits as you carve out a small slice of its flesh with your 2 points of damage.
You can make a sandwich later.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Wilder, do you feel like you need healing? Or do you think we're good for now?
I'm feeling pretty invigorated that I've been like stabbing this thing.
Okay.
I could use some healing. I wasn't raging. That's fair. I still have probably more HP than everyone else. Or anyway, I'll stop metagaming.
I mean, if you need it, you need it. But I'm just.
Yeah, you watched him take a pretty gnarly blow.
Save your spell slots. We'll probably need them later.
I got one more. So.
Yeah, save it.
I would save the last one.
Okay, that'll be my turn.
All right, Wilder, it is your action.
Fuck it up, Wilder.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna poke it with my stick.
Do you have advantage?
Yeah, it's still got purple on it.
Yep.
Let's go.
And that's just barely enough damage to take it out as you jam the spear through it and push, and the spear comes out the other side.
Alright, cool. That's exactly what I was going for.
Yep. And it slumps into the water, unmoving.
Alright, at this point, before we go through the next door and possibly re-engage, Bale, if you need to take a healing
Yep,
potion.
I'm drinking a healing potion.
Go for it.
Our hit die, is that what we use to recover our health, or is that?
You can do that if you take a short rest, but short rests take an hour.
Oh my god. I get
Okay,
5
yeah.
HP
We
back.
don't have that time.
How much? Do I have a healing potion?
We should have all had one.
Yeah.
Yep,
I was
everyone
just
has
making
one.
sure.
If not, I can lend you. I can give you mine.
Wilder, you have the potion of health, right? That just
I
increases.
have a potion
your
of
maximum
healing and a potion of health.
The potion of health only removes nasty effects like disease and
yeah,
shit like that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Do you
I'm
need to
gonna-
take your potion, or are you gonna hang on to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna quaff down my healing
Yep.
potion.
2d4 plus 2, brother.
What are you guys doing with the vials, by the way?
What vials?
The
Oh,
vials, we just leave them behind. I
I'll
think.
be
Oh, no,
They
I
just like
keep mine.
floated like littering in the lake.
yeah, no, I'm littering. I'm
Okay.
like, the ones I took on the surface, I'm making sure they're submerged with water, and I'm just like releasing them into
Okay.
the water.
Good to know.
Oh no, I'm
They're all
keeping
being
mine.
left here.
But Wilder
later
gets 7.
uses.
You can get your 7 HP back, Wilder.
Yeah, I discarded mine.
I mean, we can keep a couple because we did buy some from the guy, but we shouldn't have enough empties to link to them, I would think.
Well, the healing potions we bought, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can have a couple of empties, but we should ditch most of them.
We didn't buy all the healing potions.
Yeah. Like maybe 2 or 3 empties we can keep, but beyond that,
I think
they
the
should
only
ditch.
potions that we should have left that we acquired is a potion of speed.
Did
No, we
not
use
acquire
those.
that.
No,
The
we
haste
used
one?
the potion of climbing and swimming. We used a water breathing potion.
I have a haste potion. But
Yes.
okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. Anyway, are we gonna go through this door?
Can I rifle through
Wilder and
the one
Bale
I
should
just
probably
killed
take the,
Sorry, one at a time. One at a time.
after you?
I was just gonna say, one of you two should take the lead going through the door. Was all I was gonna say.
As you rifle through it, you also find another one of those pouch full of just like kind of rainbow spectrumed colored
Fucking
shells.
seashells. All right.
Okay, I pocket or whatever the equivalent of pocketing a bag of seashells underwater is.
While he's doing that, can I take my dagger and like cut off an ear, like just something small to prove that we killed these things? That's not like gonna bleed all over the place. And
Yeah, you can take a good like minute or two. Give me a survival check with advantage because it's not a difficult task. Do they even have ears?
I mean, I could take like a
Yeah,
fake
they have ears. They have ears.
like survival. Am I on advantage? Hold on.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do. You take an ear from each of them.
All right, Bale, you wanna blast through this door again?
So I look at the door. What do I see?
It is similar in construction, although it does not appear to be as sturdy as the exterior door. This door appears to also be made out of stone, but a much lighter colored stone. At the base of the doorway, peeking in through the crack beneath the door and the frame, you do see a soft blue glow.
I push through the door.
The door offers no resistance, unlike the outer door, and reveals a chamber. That's not
secret.
reveal, because it keeps putting me back on hide instead of reveal.
It's erring on the side of not showing us the final boss.
There's an elf girl in there. That is not a giant demon queen.
As you open the door, immediately in front of you, the first thing that catches your attention is a large bubble of air surrounding a massive blue crystal being held by these metallic prongs to a plinth in the floor. In front of the crystal is a young elven girl leaning down next to a corpse of a human male. She turns to you, and you can see her eyes are full of tears, and she reaches out towards you, and you hear in common, "Please help me."
I immediately hold my arms out to stop any of my
Also
companions.
in the room, you see what appears to be a structure made out of corroded, greenish, kind of coppery metal, kind of thrown and kind of strewn off to the side, that is twisted. It appears to be made out of like different types of like coppered wires.
Do I see anything else?
Also, you see 2 other doorways leading to different rooms.
How long has it been since we went underwater and took our potions?
I would say that your best guess is it's been about 20 minutes. 20 to
Okay.
30 minutes.
All right. Okay.
We've
So
been
we gotta
fighting
turn
that.
around soon.
Story, as you look into the room, looking near the crystal, you see hundreds and thousands of those little tears.
Oh, that crystal's making those weird thingies that I don't like.
Can I? Speech is free, right?
You can talk for free. You guys aren't in initiative. You're not in combat.
Story to do it. I can't really ask Story to do an Arcana check, can I?
Well, you
We're
can be
not in
like, "Hey,
combat, right?
Story, what do you know about this?" You're not in combat.
Do that. Story, what do you know?
Here I go, Arcana checking again.
What are you Arcana checking?
The crystal. Oops. It's the left one.
Yeah, the
3.
left one. You whatever it is, it's obviously from the shimmering in the air. It's obviously magical, whatever this is. But what it does, you have no idea.
Okay, so
Disenchantment magic.
I'm gonna step forward, but still not like directly to the bubble, and I'm gonna try to say in Elvish what has happened to you, to the girl.
She
You just spoke in common.
replies, Actually, that's a good point. She looks up at you and tilts her head, confused.
Oh. I
She's an elf that
shout.
doesn't
I
know
shout.
Elven.
She doesn't understand Elven. It's an illusion. She's not a real elf.
Give me
Beware.
all right, everyone who is looking at her. Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay.
With advantage or disadvantage?
Just straight investigation.
Normal investigation. I'd blow it investigation. 3. Yep. My God, people.
Okay.
There we go. Thank God.
Elron, you are the only person who pierces the illusion when he calls it out. Everyone else looks, and she just looks like a helpless elven girl. She looks scared and cold, and you can see where, like, the bottom of her skirt is stained with whatever this man's blood is, and she's sitting there, and she's shaking, and she's shivering. Elron, however, you watch as her form kind of shimmers before your eyes, as your eyes are almost, like, adjusting to it, kind of peering through the illusion, and you see a haggard, blue-skinned, old, decrepit woman with seaweed-like hair that pools down around her sides. I'm gonna need you to give me a wisdom saving throw upon seeing her true form.
Normal.
Yep. All right. You are considered frightened. At the end of each one of your turns, you may try again to pass the wisdom saving throw. But as long as you are considered frightened, you cannot move closer to her, and all of your abilities checks and attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay. Can I say it? Because they probably won't convince them since they didn't pass the perception, huh?
Like, to them, it looks like a scared little girl.
Can I go up to this weird structure that you described and investigate it to see if I know what it is?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check as you step forward and take a look there. What is everyone else doing? I just need, like, what is the first thing you're going to do right now?
Can I still speak to my allies in this state?
Yeah, you're scared. This is
her
visage is frightening to you.
I look at Bale and I say, that is not a small girl. That is a witch. You can't see it, but that is a witch.
I shout, stay away from the bubble. Don't touch it. Don't touch anything.
Story, what are you doing?
I want an insight check on the elven girl.
Yeah, I'll let you and Bale roll with advantage. I'll let everyone who failed the investigation roll can roll again with advantage.
Insight or
except for Wilder, because he's not interested in the elven girl. Investigation.
14. Double A's, my God.
Bale, forcing yourself to see through the illusion, you also see the woman. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, this ain't gonna go well. Normal. Oh, natural 1.
You are considered frightened.
Oh my God.
You cannot approach her. Just her presence is terrifying. Story, you don't, like, they look terrified. Like, Bale, you've never seen Bale scared before, and he looks terrified. And you turn your eyes back to the girl, and you don't know why. Maybe he's scared of the crystal? Like, him and Elrond are beginning to, like, stammer. You can hear it in their voices. The fear kind of building over
You
time.
say I can't approach it. Can I shoot my bow at it?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get into initiative here in a second. I gotta answer Wilder first. With a quick glance, it looks like this is some sort of a net-like weave of copper-like bars. And it is quite large. And it looks like it was rent and pulled and tossed aside.
So it's a metal net?
It looks like a solid, like, metal, like, net. Like it looks like something that would, like, be like a cage.
Prison bars?
It looks like a cage.
Oh, okay.
Like the thing your strippers dance.
So like a grate.
Yeah, but not like, it's not like a flat grate. It's like a cage made out of copper, but it is torn and twisted and no longer serves whatever purpose it once did.
Okay, so it caged something and now it was discarded.
Okay. Story, your friends are staring at this little elven girl, and they're not going to go help her. She looks cold. She looks frightened. What do you do?
I swim towards her.
Okay.
I did yell that it's not a fucking elf
You
girl.
you
and
did, but
stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
That's what
Just-
that.
you're just
How
scared.
like wouldn't you roll like a
I did roll.
She did
I
roll.
Failed.
She failed.
well
Yeah.
no, not you, like how what's the word?
I'll tell you what.
Enticing would Bale be? Like, do you believe it?
Bale, I'll let you. I'll give you the moment to interject before we roll off initiative. Story will get to
Persuasion?
there,
Persuasion, there we go.
and I'll let you make either an intimidation or a persuasion check to get
Let's
her to
go
stay back.
Intimidation, because I'm proficient.
And Story,
Yeah,
I would like for you
21.
to roll insight. Okay. Bale has never lied to you before. And Bale yells, "Get back! Stay back!" And you freeze in your tracks. And we're going to roll initiative because I'm pretty sure Elrond's about to shoot this chick.
That's exactly what I'm about to do.
18.
What is her initiative modifier? +1.
My initiative rolls.
Alright, we got Bale, Wilder, Elrond, and then Story. Am I correct? Looks good? Alright.
Good.
So she has the first action. And with her first action, she's going to turn towards you, Elrond, and she's going to shoot you a glare. And you feel her eyes pierce into you and into your soul. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. You all watch as Elrond looks scared, and you can almost see his breath pool out of him. If this were the air. But you do see some sort of like a mist pour out of his mouth, and then he goes limp in the water. You have 0 hit points.
Shit. I guess I know what I'm doing on my turn.
Bale, it is your action. You watch as the hag twists and turns towards your friend Elrond and gives him this, like, horrifying gaze, and her visage literally, like, pulls the life from him.
Oh my god. So do I make the wisdom saving check to become unfrightened at the beginning or the end of my turn?
At the end of your turn.
So if I make a ranged attack, will that keep my rage up, or does it have to be a melee attack?
As long as you are attacked or attack on your turn, you can maintain rage.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly into a rage.
Hang on a second. Can you be frightened when you're raging? Because you
enter
rage, right?
Yeah, while raging, yeah, it just says on your turn you can enter a rage as a bonus action. It doesn't say anything about being frightened.
All right, hang on.
I don't think you can prevent it unless someone is, even if someone's directly, yeah, no, unless you're directly controlling me, I don't think you can prevent it.
It does not say.
Okay, I think that is a subtype ability. So okay, so you rage, and you can make your attack, but your attacks are at disadvantage because you are frightened.
Yep, so I'm going to activate rage, and I'm going to throw a javelin at her.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
As a note, if you break line of sight with her, you are not at disadvantage to break the fear. Otherwise, as long as you are within line of sight of her, you are at disadvantage to break the fear at the end of your turn.
Okay, so let me just see something real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw the javelin at her.
Go for it.
Wait, at her or through the bubble? Because she's still in the bubble, right?
Yeah, she's still in
Yeah.
the ball.
I'm gonna throw it at her. I'm gonna see what we can do here. I can't really do much else. 18 for 15 damage.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit. And that you did a solid chunk, and you watch as your friend Bale hucks a spear and it hits this poor elven girl's shoulder, and she spins around holding her arm in pain, and you hear her say, "Why?" And Bale, you throw your javelin at this horrifying hag, and it slams into her shoulder, and she turns and she hisses at you.
I yell, "It's a hag! Don't pay attention to the illusion. It's a hag. Kill it! Kill it!" And then I'm gonna go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and that'll yeah, you can no longer see her. So at the end of your turn, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
I think that's all I can do. I did bonus action, action, and movement, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Oh my fucking lord.
Yeah, no, you are still frightened. Just her horrifying form and the fact that she knocked out your friend in a single round is baffling to you. All right, Wilder, it is your action. You can hear this little girl scream.
Does him chucking a javelin through this bubble of air pop it?
No. It just passes like straight through it. Like it's a solid like sheet of water.
Now, does she have to make a concentration check for her illusion?
That's a good question.
Oh shit, with a big brain.
With the meta game brain.
Kind of a big deal. I watch a lot of Critical Role.
It does not say that she does.
DM,
damn hag illusion.
DM decision.
Disadvantage until the end of this next turn. Hold on a second.
Would it be seeming? Is she using seeming?
A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turns, with disadvantage if the frag was in line of sight.
Wouldn't her getting attacked like make her illusion waver, or is that not?
That's what he's seeing right now.
I'll say okay because I gotta make a thing on this. Yeah, like since most illusion spells that do that like require concentration, what I'll do is I'll let Story and I'll let Wilder make another an investigation check to see if they notice a flaw, like a chink in the illusion.
Come on. Oh, fuck.
No, Story.
No. Right. Oh, fuck. I fucked up.
Sorry, Story. Wilder,
no idea
you turn and you do not meet her eyes, but you do notice that that is not a little elven girl. But you have not looked directly at her yet, so you don't have to make a save.
Okay. So I can't identify her if I'm not looking at her directly?
So the way that
I'm not looking at her, I wouldn't be able to like identify if I just see like some weird ass feet right now. Right?
Like you turn your head and you notice that like wait a minute, those aren't an elven maiden's feet. Those are like green and bulbous, and you can see like tendrils of like seaweed like material pooling on the ground next to her.
Okay, so I just see my friend chuck a javelin at this chick, run away, and then like as I turn I see these weird ass feet. So I shout out, I'm like, Bale, what the fuck is this thing?
I mean, we have yelled hag witch a couple of times.
Yeah, like it clicks. Well, it clicks in your head.
I wasn't really paying attention to that because I was like paying attention to whatever the fuck I was paying attention to.
Go ahead and give me a Arcana check, Wilder.
Okay.
To see, because like you did hear him say the words, and we'll see if it clicks in your head what you're dealing with.
So running a Arcana check.
Yep.
You have heard of hags before, and you have heard that there are many different kinds, and one kind in particular meets the description of the kind of form that you're seeing in front of you. While you have managed to avert your eyes, you know that if you look at this thing head on, it can inflict you with terror. Terror so fierce that it can cause you to die instantly.
Okay, so I know not to look at the thing. Do I know, like, would the crystal be something, a source of power, or that's something I wouldn't know?
You've never heard of any stories with a hag and a crystal such as this?
Okay. Me now knowing it's a hag of some sort, do I know what kind of, like, is it like a fierce dragon type thing, or is it just like a sorcerer, like?
You know that most of the danger with this particular creature is its gaze.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you do know that it does have means to defend itself other than that. But you know its gaze is the dangerous thing.
And it's inside this bubble of air.
Yeah.
What do I have?
Now, as a note, you can choose to avert your eyes, and you will not look at her. Like, think of it like you're kind of like clamping your eyes shut. But if you do so, whatever you're trying to do will be at disadvantage.
Gotcha.
But you will be able to avoid her gaze.
mech, or if Story fairy fires, then would it just be normal with?
Yeah, it would be a straight roll.
Then you are not alive.
As a note, you are at 0 HP and you are dying.
Sorry.
Just as a note, you're not dead, but you are dying.
And then it's like, is she suspended in like air right now, or is like if I moved here that would be fine?
No, she's standing on the floor inside the bubble.
Okay.
So like if you moved there, you could either be in the bubble or not in the bubble at your own discretion.
I can't do that. I'm trying to think
What do you want to do?
Well, what I wanted to do, I don't think I could do.
What do you want to do?
Well, I wanted to ignite a couple fire crystals, toss them to one of my vials, and just chuck it in the dome.
It did take 2 minutes for it to explode above surface.
It did.
It's true.
It would be 20 individual turns.
Wait, what? Well, no, not. I would
turn-
put 20 fire crystals in there.
Okay,
no,
hold on. I'm gonna say that following this line of thinking, you're not gonna be able to get a spark underwater. You'd have to move into the air
that's what I
bubble
figured.
to get the spark to light the crystal. But I'll let you use your action if you step into the bubble. I'll let you light the fire crystal and shove it in the vial with your action.
No, that'd take too long, because you were saying like what? It turns like a couple seconds, because
6 seconds.
6 seconds per entire round of combat.
All right, so my thinking is I want to try and like destroy her eyes somehow, because that's what her power is from. I can't think of anything. Like the other line of thinking would be try and get in there to light a torch to put a bunch of smoke in there. But I don't think that would work. Do I have anything to like just like cover her? Let's see. Oh,
We did
no.
leave our packs and most of our supplies up.
Yeah, no,
above
that's
that
what I'm.
to
That's what I'm
try.
thinking. I'm just gonna kind of like shuffle towards her, and go to attack her with my spear.
All right, are you averting your eyes?
I am.
Okay.
So wait, am I in the air bubble right now?
You can either be in
Currently?
the air bubble or not in the air bubble at your discretion, standing there.
If you're in the
I
air
would-
bubble, you can use your mace.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna do. So I'm in the air bubble currently.
Okay. Are you averting your eyes?
I am currently averting my eyes. I'm like looking at her feet.
Okay, you can go ahead and make your attack with disadvantage.
Okay, I'm going to swing disadvantage, and I'm gonna swing at her with my giant's mace because I'm now like stopped by water now.
Yep. Unfortunately, the 7 will not hit. As you swing wide, trying to keep your eyes, clamp your eyes shut so that you do not fall prey to what Elrond did. But unfortunately, you miss with your attack.
All right, I'm going to action surge for my bonus. Is that how that works?
It's free. Action Surge is free.
Okay, so I'm just gonna action surge to try and attack her with my giant mace again.
Go for it. Are you continuing to avert your eyes?
Yes.
Okay, disadvantage. The 15 will just hit for a total of 5 points of damage as you slam the mace into the form. Story, you see they're just pummeling this poor elf girl. She's holding up her hand. She's, no, wait, please.
Guys, are you all insane?
And
What's going on?
everyone else, like, she's hissing and spitting and now that you've stepped into the bubble with her, you can smell the putridity of her form in the air. Elrond, give me a death saving throw. But before you do that, on your sheet at the top, it says 2DM. Do you see that?
Yes.
Click that first, and then click death save.
Where is death save?
1 second.
Death save. Oh, I found it.
Yep. All right, I have made a note.
Oh.
And that is the end of your turn. Story, it is your action.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, you're no longer frightened.
Oh, he's no longer frightened because he's dead?
'Cause he's
Okay,
dead.
that makes sense. Administering a potion is an action or a bonus?
It is an action to administer a potion.
Alright, we're
What
going to go
about-
ahead and do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll your potion.
2d4 plus 2.
Elrond, you get back 6 HP. You are now conscious.
And I'm not feared.
You're not currently looking at her.
Cool.
And I'm going to say, what? I'm just going to be like, going to whisper to Elrond, what's going on? Everyone's going crazy.
Elrond, you are immune to the horrific appearance for the next 24 hours.
Hey,
So I don't have to avert my eyes when I attack?
No, you do not.
let's fucking go.
So,
I
what's
just
going
look,
on?
I just look up at Story and say, keep them alive. I'm going to kill this thing.
Oh, okay. Has anyone else gotten hurt?
No, I'm good.
Wow, you okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Her eyes look up at you, Story, pleading with you. Please help me.
I'm so confused by everything. I guess,
I'll let
Yeah,
you use
just
your
make-
bonus action to make an investigation check if you want.
I just want to insight check it. Like, is she lying to me right now?
Give me an insight check. She looks genuinely hurt and scared and cold.
Guys, what is going on?
And your friends are
my
just
turn.
beating the shit out of this poor girl. But your friends look resolute and they look like they're fighting for their lives. With your insight check, I will say. So, like, you know that something is wrong here.
Yeah, but like, I could be like, my next turn, I need to figure out if my friends are fucking mind controlled.
No, they don't appear to be. They appear to be in their right minds. Like, your friends look like they're fighting for their lives.
Like, I don't know if like the crystal's making them see something or like everything's weird right now. But that'll be my turn.
Okay. That will bring us back to her turn. And she's going to move towards Story, keeping Wilder engaged.
Oh, she can move through the bubble.
She moved into the water.
Oh shit.
She kind of like dives. She leaps for you, Story, trying to like to grab onto you, to cling to you, to try to like get away from your friends. Do you resist her?
No.
And she grabs hold of you and holds you tight, and then swims back toward the crystal with you. And as she swims
Okay.
back toward the crystal, you watch as her face morphs and contorts and turns into this horrifying hag.
Trust your friend, Story.
And she takes you, holding you, and now I'm gonna let you try to resist. She has you grappled.
This is a strength check.
And yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check. As she's going to try to slam you into the crystal.
Oh Christ.
Yo.
Let's go.
All right, and also give me a wisdom saving throw
Oh no.
for the horrific appearance, as she's right in your face.
12.
All right, you are not affected by the appearance, Story.
It's just a 12. God damn it.
She takes you and she goes to slam you in the crystal, and you're just kicking and screaming and trying to get away from her sudden change in appearance. And she does not manage to slam you into it this turn. But she has you grappled. You are grappled by her.
So wait, would she move? She just moved to that square. Would she be back in here or in there?
No, she turns and she goes to swing her into
Oh,
the
okay,
stone.
cool.
Yeah, I got like, I don't know the wrestling
Can-
move, but
Can
I
an
got-
ally use an action to break her grapple? Like, pull them apart or something like that?
You can certainly try.
Alright.
And that will be the end of her turn because she used her action to initiate the grapple and try to slam you. So that'll be Bale. It'll be your action.
Alright, I can pop back to here, right?
That is correct. I will allow you to
Alright.
do that.
So
You cannot move forward at all.
What is the range on my javelin here? I can look that up.
Yeah. The first range increment is the furthest your javelin will fly.
Yep.
Which I think might be 20.
I think that would still get me there.
There is a small chance that you might hit Story.
Javelin. If she's at a right angle, it would. Okay.
Because that has her grappled and is like face to face with her.
It's 30. It's 30/120, so I can definitely get there.
Yeah. Provided you don't roll a 1. If you roll a 1, you'll hit Story. You are at disadvantage. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. As a free action, I yell to Story, like my voice quaking in fear. Just, Story, give me a fairy fire! Like super afraid. And then I throw my javelin at the hag with disadvantage.
All right, you managed to maintain your rage because you attacked this turn. So go ahead and make your attack.
That's a 13 for 13 damage.
The 13 just misses.
Oh,
as it sails through and almost hits Story and hits the crystal instead. And Story, you see around you a kaleidoscope of colors as the crystal is struck, and then they fade and nothing happens after that.
No, please don't hit the crystal. That's bad.
Right.
Weird.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move back out of line of sight. Can I make another wisdom?
Yeah, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, with with normal.
Yeah, just normal wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, come on. Oh my fucking
You
god.
are 7. Still petrified by her.
That sucks so much ass. Alright.
Wilder, it is your turn.
That's my turn, yeah.
Okay.
First, God damn it, I hate you guys. What are you doing, Wilder?
I'm trying to think. I can't really do a whole lot. I'm gonna shout out, Story, are you okay?
Maybe.
No.
You want me to hit the hag or hit the crystal?
Hag.
All right. I'm going to do an attack on the hag.
Go for it.
She has her back turned towards me?
She does, but you are still at disadvantage unless you're averting. Unless you don't want to avert your eyes.
No, I'm gonna still keep looking at her feet because I
Go for it.
probably don't want to deal with her bullshit. Where is it? There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, a solid blow, doing a pretty solid chunk of damage. You slam it into her backside, and she kind of redoubles in pain. She's still up. She's looking pretty hurt, but she's still up.
I can't do anything else. That is... I can't move anywhere that would help, so I'm going to end my turn here.
Okay. And that'll bring us to Elrond. It is your action. You are conscious.
I'm gonna move right in front of it. I'm gonna use my first bonus action. I'm gonna take my haste potion.
Okay, so you as you kind of swim up and get your bearings, you reach into your pack and you take the small kind of yellowish spinning liquid and pour it into your mouth, and suddenly the entire world seems to slow down to a crawl, and you are affected by haste.
So currently I have 2 actions and 1 more bonus action,
Yes.
right?
That action that you use. So right now you have. Hold on.
It's an action to take the potion,
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it is an action to drink the potion.
and then the potion gives you another action.
So for the
I think
next
for the next 3 turns.
for the next minute, for the next 10 turns, you have +2 to your armor class. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you can take an additional action on each of your turns. This action can only be used to take the attack action, 1 weapon, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay, so I still have my bonus action, and I have the additional action this turn.
You also get +2 AC.
Correct.
So I'm gonna use my additional action with my attacking it with my short sword with sneak attack.
Go for it.
Is that normal or with advantage?
Are you trying to avert your eyes?
No, I don't, because I don't need to.
Good call. So, nope, just straight normal attack.
All right, short sword attack, sneak attack.
Oh, you don't need to whisper me. It was just for death saves. But the 9 will not hit.
Okay, that, and then with my bonus action, without a sneak, I still get sneak attack because I missed. I'm gonna attack with my dagger.
Go for it. The dagger will also miss. You're so afraid of hitting Story as you strike forward and see this creature grappling with your friend that it's causing you to hesitate. Your momentarily brief brush with death has you kind of shaking.
I look at Story for my final thing and repeat what Bale said. Fairy fire!
All right, Story, it's your action.
All right. Since this is like perfect time, I'm just gonna shout "Fairy Fire!" and I'm gonna cast it, and I'm gonna try.
Point blank range.
You're gonna hit at least one person, one of your allies with it. You're gonna hit yourself or Wilder.
It's gonna be me.
But wow.
You can.
Yeah, I was like,
You can do whatever you want.
No metagaming.
Sorry.
I'll leave it up to you. What are you doing, Story?
Corner is on the hag, pointing towards me and the upper corner.
Okay, so it only has a verbal component, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you can cast a spell without any issues because you don't have to move around to do it. So you shout the arcane word, and there is a brief explosion of color in the area. Give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage against your spell save DC. Because you are grappled.
Gotcha.
Go.
Hey, I beat it. It's a 13.
Your spell save is a 13. She also
Yeah.
saves.
Fuck.
Okay, and
Give me roll a d100.
Dude, I was worried about this.
$83. All right. Are you hurt, Story?
No, I'm at full health.
All right. The Hag, Wilder, Elrond, and Bale all take 4 points of necrotic damage. Mm-hmm. And you are healed for 16 hit points, Story.
Yay, I'm healed for nothing.
As a black wave of energy releases from one of the floating threads in the air and then shreds through your friends.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
No magic, no more. No more magic. That's not good.
It's okay, I'm out of magic.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
You hear the Hag say, as it's her turn now, "Hush, little girl," as she then tries to rake her claws across your back.
Oh no.
Oh my fuck.
Actually, she would have advantage because she has you grappled. 15.
That's a hit.
And go ahead and take 7 points of slashing damage. And she releases you from her grip.
Yay, I'm free.
And, Wilder, you speak giant, right?
I do.
She says in an old giant tongue, words that you've never heard before, but recognize their meaning from speaking the language. "With blood of the devil I give to thee, and shatter the veil." And she takes the claw covered in Story's blood and pushes it against the crystal.
That can't be good.
And there is this thrum that happens in the air as you watch as tiny little cracks begin to grow up the sides of the crystal.
Oh boy, I'm in danger.
Alright.
Okay, it'll go then. All right. And that'll bring us to... But you are no longer grappled, Story, as she had to let go of you to do that. Bale, it is your action.
Okay. I'm gonna jump back here. I'm gonna throw my second to last javelin, and before that, as a free action, I'm gonna yell at Elrond, "Duck, elf, duck!" And I'm gonna throw the javelin at the hag.
Go for it.
Okay. With disadvantage.
Yeah, because you were frightened.
and Javelin. Here we go. 18 for 14 damage.
How many hit points does she have? All right, she's still up. She is not looking great, though, I must say, as the javelin pierces and sticks into her side. She's kind of like leaning up against the crystal now, with the blood kind of pooling down her hands. She looks really hurt.
Okay, let me mark off another javelin. Where's my javelin? They should be... No, they are not in alphabetical order. That makes this more difficult. Javelin, where are you? Here it is, right at the top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move back and try to break the fear again.
Sure, and as you kind of round the corner, after you threw the javelin, saw it scored, and you go to round the corner, you look and you can see these kind of small tears in the air in the next room.
Oh god.
So everyone can see these now?
Yes. Very faintly, you guys can see these small, lines in the air. Wilder, it's your turn.
No, wait. I gotta make my wisdom throw.
Yeah, sorry. Bale, go ahead and make your wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
You are no longer frightened.
Alright.
Fucking let's go.
This fucking bitch. Alright.
Wilder, it is your turn.
Okay, so we're seeing these weird tears that we have no idea what are.
Yeah, you see these small little glimmers in the air.
But we know magic does some shit.
We
Ooh,
don't. We just knew that Story tried to cast something and then I got hurt.
You saw her cast the fairy fire spell, and something in the air erupted and did damage to everyone.
Okay. Can I do an investigation check on the crystal? Is that something that I'd recognize, or
You can make an Arcana check to see what you know about the small little tears in the air that you see now.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. At disadvantage or just normal?
Just normal. You have no idea what's going on. Whatever this is, it isn't good. You watch as these spider-like cracks are beginning to appear in this crystal, though.
I'm just gonna keep the whack at her, with disadvantage because I don't want to look at the chick, and I'm gonna hit her with my giant's mace.
Go for it. A 10 just misses.
Oof.
You swing and you catch nothing but air and then water as your mace comes in contact with the outer edge of the bubble.
All right. That's my turn.
Elrond, it is your action.
So from my position currently, can I step just inside the bubble? Far out.
You could move around Story. So you could move to here and you could be in the bubble, but not where you're standing.
But I still be able to strike it from that position?
Yeah, you could strike at her from that angle.
So from here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll move there, be in the bubble. And then my first attack was sneak attack. On my action, I'll use my Moonlight Rapier. And
Go for
it. And that's normal?
Yep.
Or do I get advantage because it's flanked?
Yeah, she is being flanked right now because she let go of Story, so you would have advantage.
Advantage, Rapier, sneak attack.
Short sword.
No, I'm in the bubble.
Oh, yeah, okay. 24 for 6.
Elrond, how would you like to do this?
I want to straight cut this bitch's head off with my rapier. Just one big ass fucking attack.
That might be difficult.
Head off. Oh yeah, rapier is a pointy thing, so I'll just stab her through the throat or something.
You pirouette backwards, and then thrust forward. And as you do, the blade sinks straight into her throat, and she gargles and tries to say something else. And her eyes kind of roll back, and she collapses onto the floor, sliding off of your rapier. You see it now, Wilder. You don't have to make the saving throw, but you see her.
No,
her
I
head
realize
low
that,
in
but
your view.
while he's doing this, I'm still trying to attack her while looking at her feet.
Yeah, but no, she slumps to the ground. You see her collapse. All right. Story, what would you like to do? It's your action.
Oh, we're still in initiative.
We're still in initiative. I want to Arcana check the crystal because it's being a little crazy.
Give me an Arcana check. Whatever she did is broken it and caused cracks to appear, and it's not going to be here much longer.
Okay, so this crystal, whatever it does, it's not going to be doing it very soon, and it's whatever she said, it's going to happen.
Are we still in initiative?
You're still in initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if we want to leave or leaving sounds good to me though. And I'm just gonna head towards the door a little bit.
Okay. So the new layer action is going to happen now. And you watch as the crystal spider, the cracks spider up the sides of the crystal, and then it just kind of crumbles to dust, and collapses onto the ground, sending like this plume of sand to where it once was. And as it does so, there is a shockwave that rumbles throughout the ruins, and you look around and see bits of the ruins beginning to fall and sink, and you hear a large crash as a large pillar crashes through the top of the roof here. And crashes right where you just were, Story.
Oh.
And then one of the statues in the room, Bale, crashes down to the ground behind you. And those small little tears that you saw in the air, one of them widens. And from beyond the, like, it's almost like a window. It kind of like stretches. And as it stretches, you see these bony hands kind of protrude from this kind of dark void that it opens up into as a skeletal corpse crawls out of the kind of black void. And you also watch as more of these small tears begin to appear and grow larger.
And whose turn is it?
Bale, it is your action.
I shout at everyone to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out now. No time for loot. No time for anything. Get the fuck out. Is there a way? See, you said a chunk of the roof falls in. Is there a way straight up through the roof, or is
No. It's just earth beyond that. Like the ruins are collapsing and kind of crumbling in on themselves.
Okay, straight out the way we came. I'm going to move. I'm not going to dash. I'm going to move right here, and I'm going to move here, and I'm going to hold my action in case, and like the trigger will be if any of the skeletons comes to this square right here.
Okay, so if any skeletons get within range.
Within range of me, yeah.
Okay.
If any skeletons get within range, I'm going to use my reaction.
Yeah, and as you can see, like the center of whatever this event is in the middle of that room. You still see tears out here, and they're starting to grow larger, but most of them are in the room that your allies are in.
Yep, cool.
Okay, I'll bring us to Wilder. It is your action.
Well, fuck. So I have this skeleton standing in front of me.
Yeah, it had just crawled out of this this large tear in like reality itself.
Is the
Do I
air
notice
pocket
any-
gone?
No, the air
Do I
pocket's still
notice
there.
any like discerning things about the skeleton?
Give me a go ahead and give me a perception check. It's covered in ancient rags and is moving, and it has a small blade that's long rusted and cracked, and it is looking directly at you.
Got it. Scary skeleton. I'm going to move. What? Is this in front of the door, or is this a wall in front of me?
The door is like diagonal to you, but you can move through the door.
Yeah, you can move diagonal.
Okay, so like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna kind of get up next to Story and kind of like pat her, like see if she's okay, because she just all got eviscerated by this claw.
Yeah, give me a medicine
Let's
check
check
here, Wilder.
more move.
What was that?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay, medicine.
She looks hurt. She looks like she took. You can see on her back where there's blood like coming out of a wound.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of stay here and kind of like set up a defensive position in case the skeleton comes towards her.
Okay. Bring us to Elrond. Is your action?
I'm still in haste, right? So I have 2 actions and a bonus action
Correct.
and movement.
Yep.
Would it cost an action or a bonus action to like cut something off this hag as proof that we killed it?
That would take time. Depends on what you wanted to take.
So would it take more than a full action and a bonus action? Like that's like if I just
Every opportunity you've had to harvest monster parts from things has taken minutes, if not tens of minutes.
so that's not.
Are you like taking like a lock of hair or something?
Yeah, I was just
Do it if you wanted to take like. It depends on what you wanted to take off of her. She's not wearing any clothes.
Is her hair significant?
It looks like it's made out of like rotting seaweed. It looks like it's attached to her.
Whatever, it is what it is. I'm just going to, So full action, I can move 30 meters?
You can move
Or-
15 feet with your movement.
15 feet with my movement.
But if you dash, another 15.
Another 15. And then if you dash again, which you can because of the haste potion, that's another 15.
Does the
45
speed doubling count in for swimming?
It does not double your speed, it allows you to dash.
It says the target speed is doubled on the haste spell.
Oh, no, you are absolutely right. So yeah, you're like hella fast right now. You can move 30 feet in the water with your movement. You're faster than everyone else now.
If I move here, does that take any additional movement? Can I says I'm staying in the bubble?
If you move out of there, you're gonna get an opportunity attack. And you might fucking die.
That's true. That is true.
I think we're all kind of like yelling, like, "Get the fuck
Get
out!"
the fuck out. I yelled, get the fuck out.
The place is falling apart around you. It's, what would you like to do? It's up to you. Don't listen to them. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna move all the way the fuck out here.
All right, so dashing through, you watch as these small tears are opening all around you, and you're kind of dashing and swimming as hard as you can. And you make it to there, and you catch up with your friend Bale, and you are both like, both of you are pretty hurt at this point, I believe.
I'm at 19 HP. I'm alright.
I'm at 2.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Oh,
want
wait,
to
hold on, hold
stand
on.
next to a skeleton.
Is a potion a bonus action or a regular
As
action?
a regular action.
Okay, so yeah, I'm done then. I use both actions when I move.
You can use your hasted action to drink a potion. It is use an object.
Because I have 1 potion left, because I had 2. Do you think it's
You,
worth
you can drink it if you want.
it? Yeah, I'm gonna drink my potion.
Go ahead and roll your potion.
So it's / roll 2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
Oh, you haven't used it yet? Let's fucking go.
I have 2 because we had an extra.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you get back 9 HP.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice, I'm full HP again.
All right, and that will bring us to Story's turn.
Okay, so move, dash, done.
Good shit.
Stand by.
Of course.
As you
Well,
notice
the
that
water
your
up here.
path is starting to collapse in front of you. It's just high contrast, so you can tell what it is.
Yep.
As boulders are beginning to fall and collapse, you can see the dust kind of shooting up through the hallway, almost creating like a fine mist that's in front of you of silt. All right, and that will be lair action. So you watch as more of these rifts around you begin to open up, and more skeletons crawl through. And in the room you're in, Bale and Elron, one of the rifts opens up, and you watch as this kind of figure made of almost this ethereal blackness, so like it's like a darkness. It's a form of a humanoid, but it's almost the incarnation of darkness. Kind of pools through and glides through one of these holes as it then turns its kind of hooded figure towards you. And then the skeleton that was up last turn, they have a movement speed of, so it can get 2 wilder. Sorry, that's a disadvantage. Well, I rolled a 1. And it tries to strike out at you, but it's so slow because of the water that you manage to deflect the blow with your shield.
Pushing it back.
No, it just doesn't hit you.
Okay.
Good try though.
He's gonna get a fucking opportunity.
And we also get more bad
Both of
things.
them will get an opportunity attack on Wilder, I think.
So just one. And I'll roll where the location is. Okay. You can't see it, but another boulder just crashed down over here. Alright, and that will bring us back to Bale's action.
Run!
Yeah, I yell run. So I got a couple questions for DM. How many more rounds does Elron have the haste potion for?
He has been hasted for 2 rounds.
So he has one more round of haste.
He has 8 rounds of haste left.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
a full minute.
Fantastic. Okay. So how far will he be able to run with if he goes full dash? If he goes full dash, how far will he be able to get?
His speed right now, okay, so break it down for everybody. His speed right now is 60. It is halved in the water. So his normal movement is 30 feet in the water. He then can use his hasted action to move 30 feet more, and then he can use his cunning action to move 30 feet more.
So, but he can't just go like straight across here. He has to go like down.
Yes.
And over here. Okay, cool. So
Well, I understand. Like
He is faster than you all are right now.
if I dash though, I get double speed, right?
Right, but he can dash and then dash.
Okay, cool.
He's getting the fuck out of here.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to use my action to dash. I'm gonna go 25 to here. And then I got 35 more. Can I go straight up this way?
So
Well, you
where you
started
are
kinda like
located
right
right
next to
now
the story.
So-
is the throat here.
This is here.
You started like right here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, think of it as like that is connected to that piece of map.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. So I have 35 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there.
Give me an athletics check as you get to that point there.
Of course. Big money.
Hold that feeling up for us,
I got all the strength. I'll be fine. Yep,
Yeah,
I'm fine.
no problem. You swiftly swim through the very narrow opening and do not get caught on it.
Real fast. It says climbing. So the potion of swimming and climbing that we drank. It says climbing and swimming don't cost extra movement, and you gain +5.
Yeah, so yeah, I added
climbing or
that.
swimming.
Yeah, I
Okay.
added that. He got a 32. Okay, so that will bring us to Wilder's turn.
All right.
Oh
so
god, man.
I can move here without incurring a whatever thing, right?
Yeah,
And then I disengage as an action or a bonus action?
you disengage as an action, but if you do that, you
So-
can't dash. It's up to you.
Okay, so I currently can move 30, correct?
You have 25 more feet of movement left.
Okay, so if I disengage, if I disengage now, would I disengage from both enemies or
Yes,
just the one?
you cannot be opportunity attacked while you are disengaging, and it lasts until the
Okay,
end of your
so
turn.
if I disengage now, I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, I will do the 30 at this point,
Okay.
and that is my turn.
All right, Elron, it is your turn.
I move. Hold on, I did the measurement. Let me do it again. So 1, 2, 30 to here, and then 30 to where
You can't-
Bale is. and then
Yeah, I
gotta
don't
do-
think you can go straight this way though, right?
I don't think I did. I cut. I guess 15, 30, and then 5, 10.
Okay,
So I have 20
you
left.
you cannot pass where Bale is. There is no room for you to maneuver around.
Oof.
So
That's on me, that's my
I
bad.
get to. I'm gonna move here, and then that's where my turn's gonna.
Okay. All right, so then it will leave us to Story. It is your turn.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get right here, and I'm going to ready an action and have a sling ready that if any of the creatures that are following us or pops up within my range, I'm gonna sling at it.
Okay, noted.
Oh, I should have done that too. I still have another action.
No, you used.
You
all your
used all of your actions.
Yeah, to go more than 60
Okay,
feet.
so we get a layer action. First layer action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, paste. 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 I'm just gonna roll the other two at the same time. Try to save some time here. Alright, so 3 boulders in section 1. So, behind you, Wilder, a large boulder crashes and crushes through the door frame into the next room, and you can no longer see what's happening on the other side of that door.
That's right. I
Alrighty.
didn't need to see what's in there.
Let's go.
And there is another boulder that crashes right here. And one more. We'll just put that, let's say like right here.
That spot accessible because it's only half covered.
What spot?
That spot.
Yes. He can still move through that square.
Okay.
I feel like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom.
All right,
This fucking
and that'll be the enemy's turn to move. Only one of them can get to you. Difficult
Do they have
terrain.
disadvantage because they're in water?
They're moving at half speed.
Gotcha.
So this shaded creature reaches out and tries to touch you.
I do not give consent.
It didn't ask.
Oh.
All right, go ahead and take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And your strength score is reduced by 2.
How do I do that?
So what we're gonna do for
Keep
now
note of it.
is I'm gonna go into your character sheet and you put 13 strength. And right here I'm gonna write strength 13. So we know to reset it back after. And I'll just adjust your stat.
Oh,
There you
okay,
go.
okay.
All right, and that will bring us back to Bale. It is your action.
Get the fuck out the way.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yep,
dash
like here, and
as
then
my
we wait for
action.
everybody.
Yep. So I'll just move. I do manually. I got 60 feet, right?
Yes.
1. Can I move here?
No.
No. 2. 3.
Okay, as a note, these are very, very large, very, very heavy boulders. And you are uncertain of whether or not you will be able to fit through the next passage. It will be a roll. But bear in mind, you are not the only person that has to make these rolls. You might be able to change that.
Oh fuck yeah! I have the giant strength. I'm gonna try and can I try and shift this boulder here to make room? Like maybe shift it up here more to widen out the passage.
Sure, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right.
I'll give you the +5, so I'll add it after, because of the potion.
Oh well, I mean my strength is already added to my athletics.
No, because of the potion of swimming and climbing.
Oh, okay.
Because
Cool.
this is technically part of a swim athletics check, because you have to push it with the water.
15,
20.
20.
You managed to shift it that far. Your action.
Okay, that'll
That
do.
works.
Do I still have my movement?
You still have the remainder of your movement.
Okay, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That's it.
You
8.
can only go 6.
Nope, only 6. You have to use your action to move the boulder.
Okay, that was an action to move the boulder. Okay.
All right. Wilder, it is your turn.
All right.
going to metagame.
I'm gonna use my first action to disengage.
Okay.
And just like
Oh,
beeline it.
Wilder.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should
no.
have just took the opportunity. You got to catch up.
As a note, it is being slowed down by the water while you are not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Also,
5,
Wilder does not have a lot of hit
10,
points.
15, 20, 25, and then 30?
Yeah, 30 will put you
Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, will that be it for you?
And I cannot do anything else.
We're at Elrond. It is your turn.
Okay, so
Now, as a note, if you guys are really that worried about Wilder getting out, if Elrond, you are really, really fast. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying you can grab and drag him, and you move at reduced speed doing so.
without doing that,
But that's up to you if you want to do that.
measure it out.
Just needs to be 5 feet faster than he was.
5, 10, 15, 20. Is this a spot? No, I can.
No.
It's diagonal. 25.
Right.
From here, could I grab him?
You can grab him. We'll say you can spend your action to grab him, and then you can move him with you for the remainder of your movement.
So then I would have
That's half speed.
15 feet of movement after that, then, because it'd be one full thing move back. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna grab Wilder, and then we both end up right.
Pretty much next to me.
So Wilder would be here, and you would be there.
Yeah. And that
As
would be
he grabs you and kicks off of the wall and pulls you forward, carrying his sped up momentum.
Just have this like blur, this flash come and just grab me, getting yanked.
Yeah, this is round 5 for haste, by the way.
cool.
All right, and that
that's,
will
okay.
yeah, that'll be Story's turn.
Okay, seeing that my friends are getting further away, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to dash.
Give me a athletics check to swim through this channel here. You get snagged on a bit of jutting out rock, and you are stuck there. Your speed is now 0. You can spend your action to try to break free.
All right, I will do that.
Okay. So you are no longer attached to the rock, but you cannot continue moving.
Yep.
All right. And that'll be the lair action. You guys can't see into there anymore. Okay, and that happens in room 2. So, Wilder, through just looking down the corridor as you're being dragged by Elrond forward, you see a large boulder crash into the front of the door, sealing it.
Where it just was?
Yeah.
Oh, the door. Okay, I'm like, goddamn.
And you look as the shadowed figure moves through the rock towards you.
Guys.
And it's actually going to dash. So it gets to there.
Oh fuck!
All right, Bale, it is your action. You are ahead of the pack, my friend. You do see up ahead of you that dust is kind of silt is pouring down the staircase, as if the cacophony is not just where you are now.
Do you even know your friends are in trouble behind you?
Bale always turns.
What do you do, Bale?
The whole time.
I was muted. Okay,
I was about to say.
my first thought is always for the party, no matter what. So I turn around. I see there's no one behind me. Would it be an action? Is Story still stuck? First of all.
No, she's not stuck anymore. She released herself, but she's in that gap, so no one else can pass by as long as she's there.
Okay.
Not that you can really see that. You do see like her arm like trying to stretch out in the water, and she's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Also, you were aware that there was a tight squeeze there.
You know what? Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I move here? 6.
Yeah. You do see that she is free from the boulder now, but she is in the way.
Can I like grab her and like propel her forward, like grab her and like try to throw her?
Yeah, give me a strength check. Just roll your strength.
Let's go.
Story, do you consent?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, she gets to give consent, but I don't.
You are thrust forward and thrown, and you actually like hit the rock, and it would knock the air out of you, but there's no air in you at the moment.
Still hurt.
Yeah, it stung a little bit, but you got her out of. It didn't do any damage, but he got you out of the choke point, and he turns back to the choke point and beckons for the others to come forward. So that's a very Bale thing to do.
Go.
Wilder, it's your action.
All right.
Dash, get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
gonna run. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Would it be advantage because Bale's
Yeah,
there?
could I assist or as a reaction?
Sure, I'll let you like guide him through it. Like, hey, watch out for that side or whatever.
Athletics. Okay.
Yeah, with advantage.
Got this. You got this, big brain.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's
You
go.
you sink through it. Move 5 more feet because of Bale. You can move out of the
Then
choke.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. All right, Elrond.
I don't see anything ahead of me, do I?
No, you just see the staircase going up. You do see like silt pouring down the staircase.
Gotcha. That's my turn.
All right, Elrond.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Athletics check with advantage.
Yes. Because Bale was kind of being a hype man. Yeah, you make it, no problem.
All right.
Good shit.
15 was the DC, and you made it.
Well, that was
Oh my
about
God.
25 of my movement, right? So that's 30 there.
Yep, that's your first move.
I'll... Can I use the cunning thing so I have a regular action left?
Yeah, you can use your cunning action to move again.
Okay, so 5, 10, and then I'm going to use my other action to try to push this boulder a little bit more. Just straight up from where it is.
Like right now, like it's huge. Like the fact that Bale moved it was only because of the potion.
Okay, well then I'm just going to keep going. So that's 30? No, that's 20.
Yeah, you can move.
I was
Like
30 here.
if
So that's
if you
5,
if
10.
you can move all the way to this platform with all of your movement, and this is essentially like we're no longer on this map.
10, 15,
Just go there.
20.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You stop moving. All right, Story, is your turn.
Okay, here I go, trying to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're gonna dash. 1.
Okay, you're out.
Okay.
Sorry, that was supposed to be D4s. Okay, and then it is in the room where Bale and Wilder are, and that'll be 2 boulders.
Oh god.
Bale, give me a reflex saving throw. Wilder, give me a reflex saving throw. Sorry,
Alright.
dexterity saving throw.
Yep. 8, no good.
Come on, Wilder.
Parts of the ceiling begin to collapse all around the two of you. Bale, 1 strikes you in the chest.
Dealing.
Gonna take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
And you are pinned underneath it. It will take your action to try to move it off of you.
Okay.
Wilder, you manage to just barely dodge to the side as a bit of ceiling collapses down right where you are. But you are not
Do
affected.
I literally dodge to the side?
Yeah.
Huh.
Let me add a bit of rock there. And a bit of rock here. Alright, and that will bring us back to Bale. Bale, you are pinned.
Okay, I'm gonna try and free myself as an action.
Alright, go ahead and make an athletics check.
20.
You manage to just pry off the rock and you throw it off to the side. And you're free once again.
Alright, and that's 1 action, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I move there?
Yep.
Okay, I do that.
Alright, Wilder.
A GTFO.
Okay, you get to the platform. We'll back to you in a second.
Do I-
Elrond and Story, are you doing anything other than swimming directly up?
I'm swimming up.
I'm staying here, and I'm gonna go back for Bale.
Okay, you're waiting for Bale. You see Wilder rush past, and still no Bale. You know that Bale would be last if Bale had his way.
I'm still haste, right?
Yeah.
So I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I grab him, and now I still have 60, which is 30.
Okay, so
But
you get,
it'll take an action to grapple me.
yeah,
And
but he still has his cunning action to continue moving.
Okay.
So I still have 15 now, right?
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna consider you guys not on this map anymore. All right.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I gets us to the...
Yeah, we're not on the map anymore.
Yeah, you're not on the map anymore. However, you are now in a spiral staircase that is collapsing all around you.
Oh my fuck.
I would like dexterity saves from everyone except for Story, because Story made it out before the save started. If you would like to do anything before you make your save, let me know. If there's anything else extra you want to do with your character.
I don't think there's jack shit I can do, sir.
I don't think there's anything I can do either.
Wait.
You can use any of your skills creatively, if you'd like.
Can I try, if I see anything falling toward me, can I use my javelin to try and like leverage it and deflect it away from me?
I'll say make an unarmed attack.
Great. Unarmed strike. 22.
Okay. You will have advantage on your dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
You said like the ceiling's like collapsing on us?
Yeah, like everything is like falling apart and collapsing all around you. This tower is being reclaimed by the water.
Can I like brace my shield above me, like
That's
protecting myself
smart.
from it?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a +2 on your. We'll add 2 to your dexterity saving throw.
Since I still
Okay,
have
cool.
4 turns of haste, does that affect this at all?
Yeah, you'll have +2 because you're.
+2.
Well, it depends. Are you staying with Bale, or are you rushing ahead to get to safety?
No, I'm staying with Bale.
Okay. We'll add a +2 to your roll.
All right.
Okay, dex saving throw.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Saving throw.
Bale, you have
Yeah.
advantage.
Oof. Natural 20.
Let's
Elite
go.
at 24.
All right, Wilder, take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as a stray rock flies off the wall, and now you can see the entire all the ground around you, the water, everything is vibrating and shaking violently. All right, you guys get one more round of dexterity saving throw. Story, you are above the ruins, and you watch as the buildings are slowly falling down into the silt and collapsing, and you can see the fish freaking out around you, swimming around madly, and like you watch as like the entire earth is like shaking underneath you. Your friends are still not out.
Okay, I'm gonna send a message to Bale.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. And I'm just gonna be like, it's getting really bad. You guys should hurry up. You can respond to this message.
Would you like to say anything inspiring, perhaps?
Oh, can I use?
Elrond.
A creature that can hear you.
Damn. It does require an action to do that, though, doesn't it? Oh, no, it's a
Thaumaturgy.
bonus action.
Thaumaturgy. Oh wait, you have no spell slots. Never mind. I'm not talking. You can't hear me.
Thaumaturgy is also
No,
cantrip, and it wouldn't do
you
it.
can inspire in a message as a bonus action or non action, and they have to be able to
Damn.
hear you.
Jeez. Well, I don't know who's doing what, so I just knew Bale was taking up the back. So I'd inspire him and be like, it's collapsing all around you. You can totally make it. I believe in you.
Do you feel inspired, Bale?
Absolutely.
All right. Take your inspiration dice, 1d6.
All right.
All right, this is the final stretch. You guys can see the top of the tower. Give me. What would you like to do to try to mitigate the tower's destructive power on you?
So we're no longer in initiative, right?
No.
Okay,
But
so
essentially, like, I'm going to give you all the opportunity to do something, and then you're going to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm bringing up the rear and I'm attempting to keep everyone out of danger and move everyone along as quickly as I can.
Okay. Noted. You are now at disadvantage, but you give both of them advantage.
Cool.
I still have my shield kind of above my head after taking a couple blows, trying
Okay,
to
so
deflect the rubble.
All right, you'll get your +2. Elron?
Trying to look through my bags at what I might have actually brought. with
Isn't
me.
like the world moving like slow mo for you right now?
It is for him.
Much moving slow-mo right now.
If you just
Exactly one
book
more
it, you're
turn.
out. But it's up to you.
Did I bring my rope down with me? Has that been wrapped around me?
Sure.
I can have rope.
I'll say that as a sailor, you would have thought it prudent to bring your rope with you.
Don't do anything that's going to take any time. Get the fuck out.
Well, can I just like essentially dangle it towards Bale to grab onto as I dash forward? Because I mean we're fairly close, so I can just throw one into him, with it still being mostly wrapped around me to grab onto.
You can't speed him up. It would only slow you down.
Just go. If anything falls on me, I'm gonna have massive fucking. Even with disadvantage, I have massive athletics.
All right, I'm just gonna head out then.
All right, so that is turn 7 of your haste.
Yes.
2 more turns, and it would have gone real south.
Yep. Correct.
All right, Bale, give me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. Wilder with advantage, and you were going to add 2 to your roll.
Do I
All right,
do a
Dex.
Yes, also Elron as well. You know, you dashed out, right, Elron?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're free. Don't make the roll. You managed to make it out before the round of
11.
damage.
I got some damage coming, I think.
Okay, 16 or 18.
I'm not seeing the rolls.
I rolled an 11 with disadvantage.
Okay. Would you like to use your bardic inspiration before I tell you the result?
I would use it now. We're almost out.
I'm gonna refresh my client to see if that helps.
It'll be good.
Roll the d6. It's useful.
Oh,
be able to see it on-
wait. Before you tell me what happens, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my 1d6.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your d6 before you
All
hear the
right,
result.
that ups it to a 16
Okay.
from an 11.
All right. So that is both. You both save. So neither one of you take damage, and you manage to break the surface just as the tower collapses behind you. Maybe another 2 rounds, and you would not have made it out.
Good shit.
And as you all look upward, you can see the single shining hole of light above you.
Let's swim for it. I take just in case the water potion's running out, I take a deep breath, and that'll hold for 5 minutes because of my constitution. Or at least I won't go unconscious.
Well, you would have a
for
deep breath of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you take
The
a
second thing
oh.
where you are basically already drowned.
5. All right. Cool.
So you just gotta swim for the thing.
Yep.
Yep, swim. Dash,
we,
swim, dash.
we swim for the thing.
All right, so you guys managed to make it back up. And were any of you prudent enough to have lowered the bucket?
Nope.
No.
No.
So you make it up back up, and you break through the surface. And above you is a 5-foot hole that leads outward of sheer, slick ice.
I take my rope, I wrap it around and tie it to my dagger, and I throw my dagger through the loop of the bucket in the crane.
Give me roll an attack roll with your dagger.
An attack roll,
Yeah.
just normal.
I'll say with advantage because it's kind of cool.
Let's fucking go.
Oh my gosh, I'm not seeing the rolls.
It's he rolled 2 20s.
Like dirty
Are they
20?
No,
No,
he
like
rolled
dirty
20.
20.
And
Yeah, dirty 20s.
I rolled
You should
two
be able to
30s.
see it on
Showed
Trenton's
up in
stream.
2020.
Yeah, just watch my stream.
Like I have other things I need to do that aren't. Okay, there's the dirty 20s. I'm not sure what's up with roll 20 today. Hopefully it'll get fixed. Yeah, you sling the dagger up and it slides through and loops back down and lands in the water next to you.
And I grab and I pull.
Yeah, the bucket does not come down, but you do have a taut rope now to get out.
I unfasten it from my dagger, tie a knot onto the other side, so that when we pull, it'll loop back up and kind of essentially wrap around the bucket with one rope hanging down.
Yeah, so you guys, it takes a little bit of time, and it's exhausted. You guys are exhausted at this point. A lot of you were hurt, a lot of you were damaged, but you managed to claw your way back out onto the ice.
All of us?
All of you.
All right.
So I say we
hugged
just
it.
Now, when you get back out and you look up at the sky, there is a massive tear.
Oh.
A humongous tear in the fabric of the world directly above the lake.
Run. I yell at everyone to fucking run.
We can't run while we're like. Oh, jeez.
Is it like how high are we talking? Like sky level, cloud level?
Cloud level.
Just Okay.
Yeah, we aren't getting out from underneath that. And how big does it look?
You watch clouds sail right through it, and it is huge.
Like, is it going from like horizon to horizon?
Not quite that big. Think like 3 or 4 moons worth of crack in the air.
Okay.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
That's a lot of plumber crack.
And I'm just gonna say, did anyone check to see if that guy was Carl?
And as you glance
no,
up
he did.
at the crack in the sky, you see these bolts of blackened energy kind of fire down and strike like the side of the mountain. You see it, it causes an avalanche that rolls down the side of the mountain in the distance, and it cracks one of the fields in the middle of them, and then it's just pulsing, and there's chaos all around you.
So I move, I make it to about here, and pass the fuck out because the haste potion wore off.
Yeah, you just like you dash forward on the ice, and then just everything hits you at once, and suddenly time catches back up to you, and you almost feel like you need to hurl, like you're like doubled over on yourself.
I move over to Elron. I pick him up, and I make for the road. I yell, "Everyone, make for the road! We're getting the fuck out of here!"
We've got like 7-ish hours left.
As you put your hand on Elrond's shoulder, he turns and looks up at you, and Elrond, you see the crack slowly closing above you in the air.
We have
And I,
no
like,
idea.
With slight reassurance in myself, seeing that it closed, I kind of just pass out.
It's not closing, but you can see it slowly growing smaller. But you do see these like chaotic bursts of black energy being fired off in random directions.
These are the tears similar to the small tears we were witnessing.
Yeah, this is like a massive tear.
And it's just a void of blackness.
So
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, it just looks like the blind spot in your vision.
Got it. Okay.
Story, now that you have a half moment to breathe, give me an Arcana check.
Okie dokie.
Come on, story. Let's fucking go.
Oh shit.
Nat 20.
You realize, and then you stop yourself and you say, no, it couldn't be that. But if not that, what could it be? Story, as a bard, you are aware of the way that magic works. Is all around you there is this invisible web called the weave. And what you've noticed, what happened, was there were rips in the fabric of the weave, where raw magic from another place entered this one. And that crystal being destroyed, because you rolled a natural 20, that was an anchor that anchored the weave in place, and its destruction has shredded the weave in this area.
That's not good.
Alright, I'm gonna explain that in layman's terms, and how this is awful, and how things are really bad, and it's not good.
Explain it as we're running towards the fucking road.
And with that, we'll pick this game up next time.
All right.